Mhmm, mh. Mh. Alrighty, we are here with playback. Doesn't say I'm streaming, but I am actually streaming. Shit, my breath smell. Alright, I posted everywhere I could possibly post, and I swear to God, no one's gonna come. So if one person comes from anywhere else but YouTube, that would be great. Let me see if my mic is working. Possibly post, and I swear to God, no one's gonna come. Alrighty. Let's get down to business. Business. Business, business. Alright, so the first thing I saw today. Ooh. That ain't good. Ba-da-ba. Let's see. Oh, my X account. Alrighty. Spider-Man Brand New Day is the best movie Marvel has ever made. How? If your food is darn nuggets, you know, Tim, you make it really hard to know if you're trolling or not. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But apparently, there's shit going on in Spain, and I'd love to talk about it. What if I had a little background? What if I had a little background? Nah, I'd feel like... Okay, Spain is still trending. The rest of Europe next in... So they went through the border. These are what Moroccans look like. That guy has braces. Like, man, must got good dental care in Morocco. Is this actually them coming in? I can't tell. Oh, it's from Sneeko. Sneeko posted that. I don't know, Europe has a very different way of doing things. I think Europe is more accepting of immigrants, if I'm not wrong. I mean, this is not good PR for them. I would see this not good PR at all. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they seem really happy. I wonder what's in Spain that would make them happy. Like, I mean, I don't know why he's already shown his true colors. Shame on you, Muslims are already have 55 countries. But what the fuck? That is a self. Idiot, this is happening because Morocco is pro-Israel and Spain isn't. You're cheering for the enemy's plan for your people to die. I wonder what's wrong with Morocco. What does Morocco have? There's gotta be, because this is like... the rest of it is next, inshallah. Deport Sneeko. I don't know. Let me see. Where the fuck is this Morocco? I don't get it. This is Europe. Oh yeah, this is Morocco. Morocco. I think this is African. I think all African states are Mostly Muslim. Spoken like a real Mossad. Why would Sneeko be Mossad? Half of those will end up being racists and murderers. None of them got like, I don't know why you would assume that, but okay. Alright, rapist and murderer, rapist and murderer, rapist and murderer. Like, how do you know if they're rapists and murderers? I don't understand. Can you tell me exactly who in here is a rapist and a murderer? Can you identify them? Right. Rapist and murderer, mate. Yeah, can you identify them? Because honestly, you really don't know. I guess what I will do is I will log out here because I'm gonna start like Twitter beefing because I think it's funny. And let's see. I have a water here too. Alright. Sneeko! I don't know. Alright, let's see. I hope the top comment's still there. I don't understand why it's from Morocco.
This is crazy.
Oh shit, I had the X link for a second. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see. Buy high, sell low. There's a bold claim you're making. Why don't I have it here? Let me find him. Seriously? What would you have all to do? Law enforcement was overwhelmed. Oh shit. Okay. Let me refresh this page real quick. Spain is dead, apparently. I mean, oh my god. Bruh. That's crazy. But people are so racist. Like, all these chuds, bro. You don't know anything about these people. You don't know anything about their struggles, and you're just gonna be flat racist. I mean... Am I able to, like... I can't fix the comments. Meanwhile, I'm Poland. Bro... Isn't Poland a lot of Jews? Bro, people are so racist, bruh. Destroy Israel. See, I hate that too. With muds, that's what they're calling them. Yeah, you see the worst of people in here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. This guy has braces. Life must not be so bad in Morocco. Already? I need to see if that's real. Man, I love Grok. Damn. Nighttime footage of violent clash. Playing nightclub in Spain showing a group of men wielding long poles. Yeah. 2023. That's not relevant now. Spain won the World Cup, and now this is the result. Good. You know, there's no reason to assume that anybody here is a rapist and murderer. Now, you could go back to 2023 and see complete idiots doing things and wasting their lives. But there are some bad apples, yes, but I mean, these people seem like they're really desperate. You can't make the bad apples all, you know, like, all one consecutive person. That just doesn't make any sense. You know, these people are just like you and me. They have eyes, they have ears, they have blood. So what makes them inferior? Yeah. But I wonder what is going on in Morocco. Like, I'm wondering what's going on in Morocco to make them do this. Migrants are overwhelmed. I mean, are people afraid of assimilation? I would assume. Are they gonna take... I'm wondering if they're gonna take jobs in Spain. I don't think Spain's gonna die. Now let's see. Copper. What does kafir mean? Islam, non-believer, infidel, or someone. Okay. These women look very Muslim. No, they are not. Made an open challenge to debate in the age of consent. Oh, I remember that shit. It was a long time ago. He then immediately folds and says, I'm not worth his time. Then he spends the rest of the day tweeting about me. This brown crown is such a joke. Describing himself. Okay, I don't know why I looked up Sneeko. Oh, that's right. I was looking up Spain stuff.
Chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police. There are videos showing huge groups of people, mostly young military-age guys, cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore in other ways, some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates to get to the other side. Sandra, this is reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration through 2021, 2024, kind of similar.
Oh, I can't. Oh, shit. I forgot. I gotta put my headphones up. Oh yeah, battery 90%.
To what we saw in Del Rio back in 2021.
Like, this is crazy.
The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration enforcement.
I don't mind abolishing borders. I feel like everybody, I mean, this is Earth. Yeah, you could call me a globalist or whatever, but this is Earth. I feel like nationalism is such a past thing. I feel like everyone anywhere should be a part of any part in the world. And yes, people commit crime, right? But that doesn't mean it should be at the expense of everyone's, like, trying to start a better life. You could probably have people go anywhere in the world and do things for a lot of people, be their neighbors. And it's just really upsetting that people are so concerned with where people are at.
Like in another...
I get it, the Romans died because of immigration, they're at the borders. But you live in a more civilized world where people are just trying to live their best lives, and it's just sucky that we have to put up with the borders and stuff.
Country if they get what they want. Notice there is no resistance from the government whatsoever. These people are coming in without any obstruction. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country. They had 1.3 million illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra.
The question is where are they gonna go? Are they just gonna like sleep on the side of the road or something? Are they gonna make tents? Cause all these people are gonna have to find jobs.
They're looking for something like that. They know if they can just get their foot in the country, maybe someday that left-wing government will do another amnesty program. And you were just reading some of the wires. The locals want an emergency declaration. It sounds like
the ministry's saying no, they will not deploy military to the border.
Apparently, they don't think this is an I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
We have some new football players there, though.
It does feel like
or
we
soccer
were looking
players.
at a few years ago when you were reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now, and you're not just talking about hundreds, thousands of migrants.
Dude, imagine if this happened in the U.S. I don't know. Probably people would get shot.
Are pouring over the border.
God, Spain looks so beautiful. Look at that shit.
As we speak.
Yeah, and again, I mean, just look here. Do you see any women or children?
Oh, it's all men.
People would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are all young guys just flooding
Oh, that is a good
into
point.
the country and overwhelming what, if any, border there is. It looks like there's just kind of a small barbed wire fence or something like that. But
I mean, they can go and look for some pussy, bro.
you can see the Spanish government was caught completely off guard here, and you have thousands of these men. I mean, it literally looks like you often hear the word invasion.
Wow, that wall's not doing shit.
It literally looks like one here. Look at that. I mean, you see the border fence there. They're all just going around it. And again,
why have the fence if you don't care? Like, if you have the fence and you do not care, why even bother? That just seems kind of
Spain's
stupid.
Civil Guard is calling this absolute chaos. In a brand new interview, he said, quote, "It's not possible to give precise numbers, but there are thousands of migrants crossing right now." He added that the border has totally
I'm so tired. I'm
collapsed,
yawning.
quote unquote.
yeah, it certainly looks like it. And for folks who don't know where this is a small Spanish city, autonomous in North Africa. It's actually in Morocco, but it does have
in Morocco.
Spanish autonomy. It's called Ceuta.
There's a woman right there
on the mainland of Spain. But these images, we've been looking at them on.
Have you seen that, like, I think it was like the Simpson or South Park episode where everybody was worried about a Muslim running into town, but they actually are, like, normal? I don't know. But if this isn't kind of a Spanish territory in Morocco, isn't that a little weird? I don't know.
Social media all.
Like, the question is are these people, how are these people going to live normal lives? What are they going to do? I'm assuming they don't even have any tents. Are they just gonna sleep on the road? Isn't it Spain like closer to the equator?
Morning. It's just stark to see that there is no resistance whatsoever. I mean, at least in Del Rio back in 2021, when those 20,000 Haitians were crossing the river, similar images.
Okay, Haiti is so fucked up.
To this, you had some border patrol.
Like, just imagine if. Like, put yourself in these people's shoes, you know? You shouldn't be unlucky about where you're born.
There.
Like, you really shouldn't. Everybody deserves a chance at happiness. And I don't know how Spain's going to help, but it's nice to know that Spain believes that.
You had Texas DPS there trying to stop them. Here in Spain, there is absolutely nothing stopping these folks from wading ashore and climbing the fences. And Sandra, look at that in the background. I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of these men just flooding the country.
Dude, if it was you, man. All right, let's see what Elon tweeted.
That we're going.
Oh wait, hold on. What the fuck? I thought Spain. Spain's entire budget will be destroyed by illegal migrants. The basic net spans offer free stuff to migrants. As above 90% of the living standard of Earth, they create forcing function of 90% at Earth to move Spain, which is around 70 billion people. All right, Elon Musk, if you're so worried about it, you have all the money to deal with it, do something. All right, what's going on here? Okay, that's pretty bad. Let me make sure that this is accurate. Fights in the streets between African illegals and Spaniards have broken out. Let me check if this... Alright, this is actually real. What fights? Man, people are so fucking violent. The question is, though, like, I believe these people, they're not even, like, following them. They're just, like, tackling them. Bro, just imagine how respectless you've got to be to hurt someone like that. Like, if this was happening, and I was, like, in that road, my first instinct wouldn't be to fucking punch them. That is so fucking weird. Well, make sure my camera is fine on. Wait, that's not OBS. I need OBS. Okay. Yeah, that's so fucking weird. Like, you have phones? So are these people committing crimes on the street? That's what they said? There aren't nearly enough invaders. And like, if Spain... Well, one thing I could say is there not a way to do this in orderly fashion? Like, this isn't a war invasion. God, it shouldn't matter where you're born. They're deploying military units. At nighttime, risks of disorder rise due to subterranean. I mean, that is a good point. Where are these people going to be? Is this true? Is this real? Or this person would never post this. This person would never post this if they were one of those people. God, people are so fucking privileged these days. Like, to be in the US and look at this, like, they're so fucking privileged. One thing I could say is, I wish people in Morocco, like, fucking did something with their country. Because if you have this many people going into Spain, you probably fucked up in Morocco, like, really bad. I kind of want to see what's going on. Dude, you don't know shit, dog. Look at this guy. Does that... Ugh. Look at this guy, bro. He looks ugly as shit. And he's the one telling people... How many followers does this guy have? This guy is probably one of the smelliest fucking people. I should reply. Because this is all a community thing. WWII is such a huge escalation. How do you even spell escalate? Tian? Is it escalation? They can arrest and shoot the mom and her baby getting diapers, but can't stop people from invading. Imagine if you were in a terrible situation and you needed to flee your own country. You are what would you do? I'm curious what these people would do. I really don't care. Imagine being Spanish and wanting to live in Africa and call it Spain. These Spanish areas should be nothing but hardened military outposts. I guess. Okay. And these people.
At the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of
I mean, I'll tell you this.
migrants
From like a PR standpoint,
break
this does look really bad. Nobody wants to empathize with
through the
this.
fence and completely
Like, I would say it does look like kind of an invasion.
overwhelm the border police. Their video showing
And whoever's in power,
this is a city called
this guy, I think,
Big Amnesty.
I mean, it is a bad look for him. It is a very bad look for him. Like, this does look like an invasion. And I feel like while you can while you can fucking empathize with these people, just the way this looks is just not pretty. It's not pretty at all. And yeah, this will probably attract a lot of racist people. Damn, like, holy shit. Holy Ave Maria, Brett. That beach looks ugly at some angles. The fact that they have to use rafts is crazy. Sovereign Spanish territory and therefore part of the U.S. external border. Towards Europe, the city is protected by border fences, surveillance systems, and permanent presence of Spain's escalated dramatically. Hundreds entered by swimming around the backwater using inflatable inner tubes. Scale of the crossings overwhelmed. Guardia Civil prompting regional government. Oh man, I might have to order food, bro. I'm starving. Ugh. I don't want to cook dinner because I'm fucking streaming. Hmm. And I could tell I'm tired because I really didn't eat much today. Let's see. What could I order? Last time I ordered a rice box, it wasn't good. Last time I ordered Nom Cow, it wasn't good. Why are these places like fucking up deliveries? I want to know what I ordered last time. Like the Zenro Shout was so bad. I think it was the Mongolian I got. I don't know why. All I want is beef, standard. What the? Why do I have two Mongolian shits? Let me check my Wells. I think I'll move on to the next topic in a second. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, about to eat sweet chili, spicy mustard, scallion pancake, lava buns. Man, they got a lot of shit here. All right, Mongolian. What the fuck? Shit. I don't know my fucking address. Let's see if I texted Jesse the address. Um. There it is. Always, always, always my girlfriend. Thank God I didn't fucking. That's what I thought. It does seem. Set home, search for an address, paste, search. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Hopefully this works. Alright, I got dinner on the way. It's just gonna take me, it's gonna take a bit of time. I wonder what I paid with. Okay, cool. Alright, sorry. Back to work. Hopefully I didn't make this a private stream or anything, because I ain't getting no views. See, anything on Instagram? Okay. Okay. At least he's traveling there. Humanitarian assistance. 10 people lost their lives while attempting a swim. Ooh. Yeah. I think is I wish people would live everywhere. Like that's my thing. I wish people would live anywhere. But like again, reality, people just are stupid. Nationalism and shit. Racism, etc. Security forces have deployed riot gear, tear gas. Wait, on the Moroccan side of the border. I think this is why Brexit happened, man. This. Okay. I just need to see now. What is wrong with Morocco? I want to know what's wrong with Morocco. These are like a video. Not to visit Morocco. Alright, maybe this will help. Help, we are starving to death. Who wants to leave Morocco? I mean, these people are starving. Fight for your rights. Okay. How... including youth-less protests, severe water shortages, and high unemployment. Outreach sparked after hospital negligence incident results in the death of pregnant women. Citizens have criticized the government for prioritizing massive infrastructure budget for events like the... Oh, wow. That's like Great Depression numbers. 35, fueling high rates of attempted migration and frustration. What? Why is the government so corrupt? Patronage for centralized power and lack of judicial independence. The primary reason why corruption remains deeply entrenched in Morocco's government, while Morocco is, wow, 39 out of 100 on the. The Marquesian system, real political and economic leaders is conceived within the bloody boundaries. Creating vast conflicts of interest. For instance, Prime Minister must face heavy criticism for business. Elite networks and power many governments contracts and major influence bids are often awarded well to connected corruption. For ordinary citizens, securing a public job, climbing bureaucracy, or cutting through excessive red tape frequently requires wasta. Using political connections and paying direct bribes. Weak accountability and judicial limits, selective prosecution, while petty bribes at police checkpoints have been slightly reduced due to body cam records, corruption involving elite figures. I mean, nobody ever hears about Morocco. Stays implemented. One or people trying to leave Morocco. People are trying to leave extreme financial deprivation, skyrocketing. Oh yeah, that's right. Severe climate distress. The situation has turned a major crisis. Thousands of Moroccans, predominantly young men. Okay, and also families with children are currently attempting masquerading by some like employment sits at 35, loss of informal income. I think my conclusion to this is people are fucking racist. And all these chuds online who don't have a job, who don't come in to work every day and think for a second, they don't think for a second what it's like to be in these people's shoes, and they just spit on them. I think I really encourage people to just put yourselves in their shoes, and just like understand where they're coming from. And the other side of the coin is that governments need to do something about this. Government obviously can't have what people would assume are called invasions. You could also put yourselves in the civilian shoes. They're also pretty scared, but at the same time, you don't go around and just assault people. But people are actually brainless, and they want to do that. They want to assault people. They want to hurt people. They are very, how do I say that? I feel like nationalism is very, what's it called? Possessive. I think possessive is a good word. And, what's this guy saying?
Literalmente, hemos abierto las puertas a auténticos.
We opened the borders and beast, animals, savages came in. No script, no filters, no government spend. Yeah, well, that's my take on it. You can hate me all you want. You can call me a liberal bullshit activist, but I don't know. I just don't like how racist people are, and I don't like nationalism. I am a globalist. All right, what's next? THC laws. All right. Okay. Let's see. Verify it's me. It is me. Oh shit. Bro, Vape City is gonna die. Oh, gummies, beverages. I mean, it's not so bad. Banned. Delta 8, Delta 10, Delta 9 edibles, gummies. Okay. I'm just wondering if this affects Vape City. Actually, maybe there's some videos about it. I don't know.
At Granger,
Wait,
we
is
have
tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's when the
1 million
ban starts. Hold on, let me go to my other account. Let's go on YouTube because I don't have ads on this account. I just wonder if this just affects. Here it is.
Friday, many THC products sold across Texas will no longer be legal. The change will force some businesses to pull products from their shelves, while customers who use them are looking for what comes next. Meredith Yeomans shows us how one North Texas dispensary and its customers are bracing for the change.
At Endo Dispensary in Rowlett,
Hey, how are you?
there's a sense of uncertainty.
I mean, they're crying. What are we going to do? You want to do 3 more bottles?
On Friday, owner Mike Brown says 90% of the products on his shelves will have to go.
How much of that do
Damn.
you have left?
For 76-year-old Rayma Hughley, that's hard to accept.
I'm a senior and I take the Delta 8 to help
Why don't you take prescription
me
drugs?
sleep. My doctor doesn't recommend
What about melatonin?
sleeping pills for me.
With the products she's relied on for years to treat insomnia about to disappear from store shelves,
I got
That's why you gotta stock up.
you covered.
she stocked up.
Thank you.
In a matter
No
of hours,
shit.
Texas will ban the sale of consumable hemp products containing intoxicating cannabinoids like Delta 8, Delta 10, and THCP. The state says those products pose a
Damn, that looked good.
risk to public health,
The Senate committee
something Allen Police Chief Steve Dye spoke about at a recent Senate committee meeting.
Daily, officers around the state of Texas are dealing with significant issues because juvenile.
What I'm gonna assume is that, I mean, I live in Texas, and what I know is that Texas feels like one of the safest places to be, as far as the way I see it. So I feel like with Texas, you just kinda have to just do what you gotta do in order to keep this place more safe. I don't mind regulations, if that's the case. I do like how safe Texas is. I've never had a problem with anybody, like, doing anything, like, major, but maybe it's because I'm not on the right side of the place.
Have become addicted to these highly potent products, which are devastating many families.
They're not letting us play.
Brown says he agrees the industry needed more oversight, but believes the new rules go too far.
Regulation is not what we're getting. We are getting absolutely slaughtered by big interest, and it's not right.
He says he's working around the clock to keep doors open, determined to stay in business.
I will be compliant, but I won't back down. We will be here. We will have product on the shelf. We are not going anywhere. We are not closing. If y'all need anything, my number's on those
As
cards.
Brown
I'll
looks for a
answer
new
almost.
business
This
plan,
guy's getting
Hughley
arrested.
already has one. Several more bottles of Delta 8 and the hope they'll last. Meredith Yeomans,
What's the
ABC5.
difference?
The change comes after a Texas Supreme Court ruling that
Which ones were banned again? What THC is banned again? Okay. What is the difference between all the Delta THC? Delta 8, okay, Delta 9, the primary active compound, it provides the strongest high, intense euphoria, and significant relaxation, but carries anxiety. occurs only in a tiny chance of amounts of plants usually manufactured and converting CBD. It produces milder, less potent. I focus on body relaxation. I mean, why are people choosing these? If this one, high chance of anxiety dosing, like, why are you choosing this? It more strictly lighter in potency, reported to give much weaker, cleaner, and more energetic. Wait, which one's getting banned? Which one's getting banned? Delta 10? What about Delta 6? Also minor, it's lighter in potency. So why are they banning this one? Why is 10 being banned? I mean, it seems like it's fine. Delta 10 THC is being banned in Texas because of all synthetic law manufacturing. Says, okay, closing the hemp loophole. When federal government in Texas legalized hemp, is defined based on low concentration, Delta 9 THC. They didn't explicitly account for other variations. Manufacturers exploited this loophole by creating an alternate chemical compounds to beneficially targeted synthesis chemicals. While Delta 8 exists naturally in the cannabis plant, it only recurs in absolute trace of amount. To make enough for Delta 10 or for retail products like vapor manufacturers. The state originally tried to ban all these alternatives, but however, this group of hemp businesses sued the state and won a temporary injunction. 10 store on shelves. What's the consequences? Oh shit, yeah, those guys are fucked. They are fucked.
Of a store's revenue, and it's even worse for wholesalers who are trying to get rid of those products as fast as they can. Now, under the new rules, anything other than Delta 9 will be considered a controlled substance. Delta 8 products will have to come off the shelves. The new regulations also have a 0.3% THC limit for consumable hemp products. Delta 8 was first targeted for a ban in 2021, and that was later blocked by a Travis County judge and remained legal for years. But this year, that was overturned.
I wonder how bad is Vape City going to be affected? I mean, yeah, it's gonna definitely. Oh, Vape City is so fucked. Oof. There's not even liquidation. You can't even sell this. You're gonna have to fucking throw it all away. I would hate to work at Vape City right now. Yeah. I don't even like Vape City. Why do people even vape? I don't understand it. I know vape's addictive, but fuck, man. Let me see if Vape City is like... I want to see the news. Let's see, Vape City. Images. News. And the proposal vape shots will be prohibited. Okay. Vape City, Texas. New laws. Yeah, nothing about Vape City. Yeah, Vape City is going to be fucked. They are Texas vape ban. Damn fam. Every vape, yeah. I mean, I feel bad for these vape stores. They are so fucked. Literally, I don't know what to tell anybody other than good luck, I guess. I mean, you were already doing a deal with the devil when you started a vape thing. You have no idea how many people are against drugs in America. I mean, it's always been like that, always will be like that, and I wish the best of luck. I wish the best of luck of these people. Yeah, risky business means risky bullshit. Alright. That's my vape coverage. Alright. So, Andrew Tate. Really be tweaking right now. Dude, I hate these, wait, what? This isn't real, is it? Oh, Dungeons & Dragons' universe is beyond. I really don't care. Top G. I definitely want to see. Well, first of all, excuse me. I thought I saw Al Jazeera. I mean, I bet they love him. I bet Al Jazeera loves them. In Miami. Okay. Claims crowds and SpongeBob was not. I want to see Andrew Tate. Just let's see. I saw a picture of him. There he is. That's
keto.
the...
He's doing a keto. No.
That is Andrew Tate right there. He's watching us record this video.
No way. He looks like that fucking Squidward meme. You know the one I'm talking about. Fucking Squidward window meme. Yeah, he looks like fucking this, bruh. I mean, right where he should be, man. I mean, if you're literally bragging... Dude, would Sneeko fucking have visited him? I know Sneeko says a lot. I want to know if Sneeko has met. Has Sneeko met Andrew Tate? Yes, Sneeko filmed content together. Recent followers are following the party stream in Miami, turning into a public feud and discussion over a potential boxing match. Wow, Sneeko. Sneeko, Sneeko, Sneeko. Oh! Look at him go. Look at him go. Fucking Sneeko, bruh. Sneeko got more popular than he should have.
Oh, no. That is...
But man...
Andrew Tate right there. He's
that's
crazy. This video and nobody's gonna offer this
How do you know that's Andrew Tate?
Perspective that we're gonna offer, and Andrew Tate's the only one that's gonna
Why do they have like a little crack there?
Understand it, and he's gonna take our advice, and he will fly us out and have a meeting and a podcast with us. Mark my word.
Bro, that guy is delusional. He's not doing a fucking podcast. The fuck? Is that Nick Fuentes? What the fuck? Deport Sneeko. Dude, I remember these guys. Alright, I want to see I want to see all of his tweets. These are probably fucking hilarious.
For a 5-hour conversation. Open.
That's a whole 3-hour video. I've spoiled women with paid for lives, bitch and moan over tiny things. I've had business partners I've paid billions to, bitch and moan about tiny things. But the worst thing to happen to me, real things, is over. The real things, it's only ever Tristan beside me. And he's never bitched and moaned or complained about anything ever. That's because he's doing the same things as you. All people can think about with these two is rape. Let me see if there's an Andrew. There has to be one. Several documentaries. I Am Andrew Tate, The Dangerous Rise of Andrew Tate, Andrew that Groomed the World. I mean, why didn't they make one in 2026? I'm surprised. I'm so shocked that, like, people... Spain is headed into a civil war. I'm not doing that right now.
1, 2, ready, and long live the speech! Long live the speech!
Oh no. Can we all agree? Man, the Spider-Man wars are crazy. Dude, how was Steven Crowder fucking... That guy was weird. I think everyone just forgot about, like, Steven Crowder. Oh, yeah. It's crazy that his manager... for a foreign state, an American jail, my heart breaks. I thought this was America where no man is left behind. The UK has fallen. Strength is not measured by everything. It is measured by everything. Suffering falls to the man you become.
Apart. We have every single problem that a society can face.
Are you allowed to record Andrew Tate from prison?
A dance class by a random ass.
I want to know what UK prisons are like. Aren't they supposed to be a little better? Boredom and tension. I mean, look at that bed, bruh. Look at the architecture. This looks better. Do you think Andrew Tate would have a, I don't know. He'll be able to pay for a lot, but maybe he'll lose all his money. Right, let's see what British prison then. How do they get heroin in there? Like, look at these, bruh. Nice prison architects. It looks like they only have one prison. Top G! What do you think it's gonna be like for Andrew Tate once he gets to prison? I feel like the only thing, I mean, these fucking prisons, they look nice compared to American prison. This looks like a mall. What's prison really like?
Prison for me, when I first initially started to go to jail, I was happy going to prison. I've spent around 8.5 years of my life in prison. I was involved in gangs from an early age, from around about the age of 13. What came with that lifestyle was dealing drugs, violence. Within to my later years,
Imagine doing
started to obviously
drugs in
catch up on
Britain,
me,
bruh.
which, as a result, put me inside of prison for most of my teenage and adult life.
So I started working here 17 years ago. I came here as a volunteer. Whilst volunteering here, I realised the huge impact that staff have when families are coming into the centre before they go into the prison, that we could help them by being a friendly face, somebody to talk to, making them a cup of tea, just to try and ease some of that anxiety. I loved it so much, and when I realised what a difference I was making just by being here, I wanted to continue, and here I still am today.
So I've been in the prison service for 34 years, and I first started when I was 17 years old.
These guys look competent.
And I started working in some offices, doing some background work that all of our prisons have. And after about 7 years, I decided to become a prison officer, and I've worked my way up through various different grades in the prison to eventually being a governing governor, which I am now, and this is the second prison that I've governed.
So I have some questions here that you'd like me to answer, so I'll move to question 1. What do you do for fun in prison? So for fun in prison, I think fun in prison is you have a lot of banter between you and other inmates, just like you would if you was outside with your friends in a crowd, or you're on a park with your friends, or you're in a pub, for example. As adults, you'd have banter and you'd have a laugh and a joke between one another. And I think the thing about that is you can quite easily go quite deep within yourself with a mass load of depression and feel so upset. So passing the time with that and not actually being too involved with the prison system by letting it get you down, you have to continue how you would do outside with the differences that you just locked up. So you have to have as much fun as you can. Involve yourself into the activities that you can get yourself involved in. You know, games of pool. You can have games of pool, which is fun. Have games of table tennis and competitions that they run, and you can be happy that you've just basically won against your next door neighbour who you know is going to have the ump, but now you haven't got the ump because you've just won, and there's never no quarrels between who's won and who's lost, and then an argument would occur, and it's just all about
It's so British. Quotes.
having a bit of fun. And then in your cells, you do have inmates that you do have a cell with. You've got bunk beds, and you pass the time within your cell having a bit of fun, talking and reminiscing about your past and stories. And
You're gonna have a
conversations
quote
with
with
them, a
me.
laugh and a joke at the same time with them. So again, I think it's just about trying to keep yourself as much out of the depression state that actually you can get yourself into, and just just go with the flow and just work with
Are
the
we gonna
system
have
and work with
quotes?
you. What was a typical day like for you in prison? So in prison, there's a routine. There's a routine that most people will follow. You will get your cell door opened at around about 20 to 8 in the morning. Anything that you need to do at that time that's the time to do it. So you do get toilet paper that's supplied to you by the officers. So you go to the office and you request your toilet paper. You'll need to have a shave sometimes. So you'll ask the officers for a razor. That razor you must hand back at all times because they know that you've got that razor, because then the razor can cause significant harm to somebody. So you'll have to give that razor back.
That's true.
If you need any paper, any envelopes for prison issue letters, you request that at that point in time, you will get that from the office as well. If you need to have a shower, which most of us do, most of us will go and have a shower first thing in the morning because there's not many opportunities for you actually to have one. So then you'll have your shower, and then what will happen from there around about 8:30, at 8:30 in the morning, you'll then start to get yourself ready for work if you've got a job. If you're in the education department or if you're in the workshop department, you will then queue up downstairs at the main gate, and that gate will then take you out, and you will all go together at the same time. Officers with you at all times, from the door all the way until you get into the education block.
They stop for lunch, and they go back to work in the afternoon, and then they come back to where they live for their tea, and then they can spend time in the evenings with other people that they know, playing cards, playing games, going to the gym, doing a vast array of activities.
Tea time, you'll go down, you'll get the food that you've picked from your menu, and you'll go upstairs, your door will be left open then, and you'll eat your food.
Oh, you get a
and
menu.
You'll congregate or walk around the wing at that time, which we call association, and you will then be closed at around about between 7 and 7:30 in the evening, which therefore everybody's then winding down, and your door is closed for the rest of the night until the morning, and that's usually what a day in prison would look like.
Are prisoners happy? This is quite a difficult question because, like everybody, people feel happiness at different times throughout the day. So prisoners can be happy, just like you can be happy. Sometimes they'd be really happy receiving a letter or an email from you, or maybe they just had a visit from you. So they go back to the wing and talk about how that visit went with some of their friends that they've made on the wing, and everybody would share that happiness.
Prison for me, when I first initially started to go to jail, I was happy going to prison, which might sound strange to some people, but I didn't really have anything on the outside for me to be happy outside. I was homeless for most of my teenage years. I didn't really have a family. And when I got sent to prison, I had a roof over my head. I had 3 meals a day. I made friends whilst I was inside.
Look at the way this prison looks. Andrew Tate got it lucky, bro.
For me, being in the environment, it wasn't anything that I struggled with in my teenage years. But the more the years had gone on for me being in prison, when I got into adult years and I had a family of my own, I wasn't as happy as I was when I was a teenager, because now I've had responsibilities and I have my own children, and having children coming up to see me on a visit was quite upsetting when it was time for them to go, both for myself and for the children that was actually leaving me behind. So that was quite
Why do you
depressing, and it makes
tattoo your
think about
face,
things in a different
bro?
way whilst you're locked in your cell and reflecting of how your day's
It's just
gone,
such a
and how often
bad
you actually get to
look.
speak to your family on the phones or by letter. So towards the end of my sentence, no, I wouldn't say that I was happy, but at the beginnings of my sentence in my early years, yeah.
Why can't I call my dad anytime I like? The reason for that is really we've got lots of men in prison and much fewer phones, and we have to control who uses the phones and when. So we allow men to come out and use the phone at predetermined times, so we don't end up with lots of big queues of men trying to use the phone or trying to use the phone at peak times of the day. But we do have a chance to
You go into prison.
guys that here can make family calls at much more frequent times to speak to you when it's bedtime or call at weekends. A lot more flexible, but it's not easy for you to just ring in because some of the men will be busy at work, they'll be doing other activities. So we make sure that it's structured so that the men know when they can make their phone calls home.
What would happen when I visit a prison? So all prisons are different. When you come to this prison, you would come into the visit centre. You'd be approached by a member of staff that would ask you who you were here to see. We'd give you a declaration form that an adult would fill in. We would then check the ID of all the visitors against the declaration form. You would then go into the prison. You'd go through a search area, and the officers would tell you where you needed to go. Once you've gone through this part of the prison, you would have a drugs dog come and sniff around you before you go actually up into the visit.
Oh, look at the little
So,
baboon.
visits. So for me, I was quite friendly with the clothing stores people. Now, in some prisons, you can actually wear your own clothes, but in some prison, you have to wear prison issue clothes, so like a blue and white prison stripy shirt and some dark blue jeans. And if you're in with the clothing exchange, you can get brand spanking new stuff. So we always want to look smart when we're going out on visits to see our family, or we might have a girlfriend or a wife that you go out and see with your children. You just want to look really smart. So you can speak to them, you can say, do me a favour, mate, I've got a good visit, I've got my family coming up and I want to look really smart. And they'll bang you a brand new pair of jeans and a new shirt. So you'll make sure that that's all ironed, and you'll make sure that because there's a barber that's on the wing, and you pay them a couple of packets of biscuits, for example, and they'll cut your hair for you to make yourself look really, really fresh. And you'll get your hair gel, you do all your hair in the mirror. And there's some of them are makeshift mirrors because you can't have proper mirrors, some of them are plastic, and when you're looking into it, you don't actually get the proper view of yourself that you would get in a normal mirror, but you make do with what you've got. When it comes to the time, like you're banged up anyway, because it's always usually after lunch that you'll have a visit, so you won't sleep. You'll be really excited for people to come and see you, and you'll be sitting there and you'll be watching the TV and just hoping for the time to pass down really, really quick.
Man, Andrew Tate got so lucky that he's a fucking UK citizen, man. Like, these prisons seems more respectful than the ones in US. I bet he is fucking waiting to get out of the Florida, counting the days. So I think Andrew Tate's getting prison for life. I think the evidence is there. He's like one of those fucking rappers that fucking like told on himself. He's so fucking dumb. It's so funny. He looks like Pinhead Larry from the fucking window. He looks like fucking... He does look like Pinhead Larry. I thought I had it, but yeah, he looks like Pinhead Larry from the... I could find it. What the fuck? Why am I going through the same... Why am I going through the same... Oh. Hold on. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just... Let me see. Is it there? I don't know if it's there.
Doing a keto. He's doing a keto.
He does look like Pinhead Larry.
He's watching us record this video, and nobody's gonna.
He's really excited. British prison looks great. This looks depressing.
And Andrew Tate's the only one that's gonna.
Top G activity. Top G, help me! Oh my fucking god. Top G, fucking help me. The top G is now the top B. The top bottom. Do you think Andrew Tate ever got raped in these jails? I'm curious. Maybe he's the top G. Maybe he became a wrestler, so if someone tries to rape him in prison, like literally, like he would be able to beat him up. It's like a last resort thing. I feel like it's a last resort thing. Like he already knew this was coming. Maybe he knew it was coming. It was a possibility. Jail is for poor people. That's crazy. I don't know. He probably deserves it for all... I don't know if anyone deserves rape, but he did rape a lot of people. He did rape a lot of people. Alrighty. And my conclusion to this is don't be an Andrew Tate. You will literally, basically lose everything. And don't be a fucking sneako. Alright. Next is from Fauci Fallouts. The guy from TMZ posted this. I'm curious what
TMZ's YouTube channel to vent personal feelings about issues, but I'm going to do that today. Watching Anthony Fauci before a congressional hearing taking the Fifth Amendment is just one of the most heartbreaking things I have seen in government in my lifetime.
Who's this guy again? His name is Harvey Levin.
And this is something we need to reckon with. That I'm going to say up front, I have problems the way the CDC...
That fucking Cholula? Oh my god, Cholula's so good, but why does he have it next to like something?
Handled COVID. I think...
Is he drinking Cholula?
I think that they did damage
God,
to
Cholula's
children,
so fucking good.
to adults, and I don't think they did it maliciously. I think they did it
That's what I was
because
saying.
They were using their judgment and were overprotective, and I think at times overstated things things they said they knew but really didn't. And I have personal problems with the way that COVID was handled. That said, Anthony Fauci, over a period of decades, has been an amazing public servant. In the 80s, I had many friends.
Why does everybody bring up what he did in the 80s? Okay, we're not talking about the 80s, we're talking about COVID.
Who died of AIDS, a horrible, painful death. And I had friends who lived because of Anthony Fauci, because he was willing to look at experimental drugs in a different way than they had looked at them before. And that really resulted in lives saved. And he has done so many other things in his career to thwart epidemics, to save lives, not just in the United States, but all over the world. He has been a dedicated public servant who could have made a lot more money outside of government than inside.
Isn't he the highest paid government official, though? Fuck.
But he stayed.
Apparently he got paid, apparently he got paid more than Trump.
And now we are at a point where members of Congress, and yes, you, Rand Paul, are on a witch hunt. And the best I can say for Rand Paul is that he's being really honest. I mean, he has said now over a period of years, he wants Anthony Fauci in a jail cell. He has said it out loud. He wants him in a jail cell. That's the point of this hearing. That's why they're doing this. They want to take something that Anthony Fauci says and then claim it amounts to perjury, and they want to prosecute him, they want to convict him, and they want to throw him in prison. That's the point of this hearing. There is no other point of this hearing. There could be. I mean, there are things they could certainly ask him, but he can't answer. Because if he answers, it doesn't matter what he says. You know, if you can prosecute somebody for frickin' seashells on the beach shore, then you could certainly prosecute somebody for what they say in a congressional hearing. And that's the climate we're in. We are in a Senator Joseph McCarthy climate where there is such fear that people have, and legitimate fear, that they'll end up in prison for what they say, no matter what it is, if they are on the wrong side of somebody in Congress or the administration, that they have been silenced. And that's where we are right now. We are in Senator Joseph McCarthy territory. And the idea that you have to watch this man take the Fifth Amendment, and again, I will say that I disagreed personally with some of the CDC decisions. Absolutely, I did. That said, he's a public servant who worked for us and saved lives for decades. And we are turning him into what Rand Paul wants to be, a criminal. And Rand Paul has a political agenda, and it is prevailing here. Watching Rand Paul order security to throw Anthony Fauci's lawyer out of that hearing was unbelievable to me. We are in a dark period of America.
Dude, we're always in a dark period of America. It just depends on what side you're on. We are in a dark period of fucking America, guys. It's over. Listen to me. I will guide you.
Other things that they'll end up in.
If it was McCarthyism, it would be with like a bunch of different people. The fact is, it's only one person. And Dan Clancy is so fucked. I know Dan Clancy is so fucked. But this is not... Let me see how many, like... How many people did McCarthy accuse? Yeah, this isn't really McCarthy era if it's 205 communists that were just, 57 cases. This is just fucking Andrew Fauci. This is one person. So I feel like the whole McCarthy argument is kind of invalid if you really think about it, because it's just, it wasn't that many people. It was just one guy. So he's being really dramatic about it. That's what I would think. Alright, let me see Ben Shapiro's reaction. Because I know he definitely reacted.
Well, folks, yesterday Anthony Fauci testified in front of the Senate, and it went really, really poorly. The consequences for his mistakes, huge. We're talking like lockdowns, people dying alone. We're talking about people losing faith in science entirely. The American people are really pissed at Fauci, and he deserves it. Accountability is necessary. But constitutional lawyers in Congress are trying to figure out what comes next. I'll lay out all the options. The real responsibility for Fauci's mistakes ought to lie with a scientific community that is totally unwilling to actually investigate its own flaws. So before the hearing, Rand Paul tweeted out, if Anthony Fauci comes before my committee tomorrow and perjures himself, his pre-emptive pardon from Joe Biden will not protect him. Okay, so that was him basically arguing that, again, Fauci received a pardon from Joe Biden on his way out that pardoned him for pretty much anything and all he did between 2014 and 2025. And so Rand Paul is threatening, if you come and you lie in front of Congress, then you could get targeted again. Now, of course, back in 2021, Fauci testified before Congress that he had not lied before Congress about gain-of-function research. Again, gain-of-function research, Fauci was trying to talk past Paul. He was saying that he didn't do any gain-of-function research. Paul was saying, well, you're misdefining gain-of-function research for political purposes. But here's how that exchange sounded 5 years ago.
This is a pattern that Senator Paul has been doing now in multiple hearings based on no reality. He keeps talking about gain of function. This has been evaluated multiple times by qualified people to not fall under the gain of function definition. I have not lied before Congress. I have never lied, certainly not before Congress. Case closed.
Okay, so that's what he said back in 2021. Well, if you're not lying in front of Congress, you probably shouldn't be all that worried about, a perjury charge. But Fauci was very worried about that yesterday. That is the reason why he declared the Fifth Amendment, why he invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination, his right against self-incrimination. He started off with a 1-minute diatribe about how terrible Rand Paul and mean Rand Paul is.
Given Senator Paul's obvious obsession with calling for my prosecution, his repeated slanderous comments about me, and recently his publicly releasing my unredacted personal diary aimed at embarrassing
How did they get the diary?
Me, the only conclusion I can reach is that
I think my food is here. I'm starving. I don't know how fucking Uber knows how to fucking make things stay fucking hot. But they do a good job. Alright. Put my dinner here for a bit. Hold on, wait. Gotta take this fucking cord out.
Well, folks, yesterday Anthony Fauci testified in front of the Senate, and it went really...
See, restream. Okay, sorry.
Really poorly. The consequences Amendment, why he invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination, right against
calling the virus the Wuhan virus or the China virus, if you thought the 6-foot rule was total crap, if you thought the vaccine wasn't something that you should take, if you thought it was outrageous the way the mask policy was rolled out, if you were fired from your job for not taking that vaccine, including members of the military, if you thought closing schools was catastrophically stupid, and that you thought that during these times saying these things made you somehow a lesser human being.
I know that Ben Shapiro did not like Anthony Fauci because I think they sued him.
Who's pleading the Fifth and refusing to sort of comply with the rules. That gives you the opportunity to humiliate them, and Republicans dunked on them over and over, dunked on Fauci. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri, he had some fun with Fauci by asking him basic questions like what color is your tie? Because here's the thing, once Fauci starts answering questions, then it makes it harder for him to actually invoke the Fifth Amendment with regard to all other questions. That's the reason why he did it in blanket fashion.
What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color
Like I said, I know Fauci is having so much fun.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sit behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
At one point, Senator Rand Paul decided to toss Fauci's lawyer out of the room. Here's how that went.
The attorneys are not recognized. In fact, the attorney was told not to sit at the table, and he's not obeying that recommendation. There's a row behind you, sir. That's where you were told to sit, and you're not. And now you're disrupting the proceedings. And so, look, this is the way Anthony Fauci wants to be remembered. For a lawyer not listening to the rules. That's the way you want to be remembered, and that's what you're going to do. You are not recognized, sir. Security, please remove him from the room.
All right, so, again, a lot of pyrotechnics. Bernie Moreno went after Fauci, started berating him in front of the audience. Again, all this is good fun and games, and Fauci deserves pretty much everything coming his way. The real question here is whether Fauci could actually face some contempt charges. Here's Moreno going after him.
Those policies were put in place because you had moronic politicians that listened to the words of a megalomaniac who was more interested in having met a Kardashian than the suffering of the American people, and that is you. Your advice to communities like that, to idiotic politicians who enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke,
I feel like I vaguely remember
I said to myself,
story.
I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the f do you think you were for doing that?
Man, he got his wish.
I sympathize with my friend and colleague Matt Walsh, who says, like, you know, listen, it's all fun and games, but is anybody going to get prosecuted for this stuff? And that really is the open question. So David Limbaugh, lawyer, Brother Rush, he actually went to Westlaw for the sourcing on this. And here is what he writes. Biden's preemptive pardon in January 2025 should cover any offenses that Fauci may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 1st, 2014 through the date of his pardon. According to pretty well-settled case law, acceptance of a pardon removes the basis for invoking the privilege against self-incrimination. The Fifth Amendment privilege does not survive for offenses that fall outside the pardon scope. The Fifth Amendment has never protected a witness from perjury. So it's a bizarre basis to claim that the Fifth Amendment is going to be invoked and you can invoke it to avoid a perjury charge. Again, if you could do that, then that would mean that no one would ever have to testify for any reason. Because you can always be hit with a perjury charge for pretty much anything. United States versus Posey 2023 found that if a witness is questioned about conduct that falls outside a pardon's temporal or subject matter scope, then the Fifth Amendment privilege remains fully available. So theoretically, if they were questioning about something that was outside of the pardon, then he could theoretically invoke the Fifth Amendment, but they weren't. They were asking about activities that were covered by the pardon. Now, there are other lawyers who are claiming that Fauci could theoretically be hit with a contempt charge. Now, what Fauci did here is he showed up in front of the committee. That is different than what Steve Bannon did. So Steve Bannon did 4 months in jail because he was hit with a contempt charge. He was hit with a contempt charge because he was subpoenaed by Democrats. They wanted him to come and testify and turn over documents related to January 6th. He said no. They hit him with a criminal contempt charge. He went to jail for 4 months. Could Fauci have the same thing? Well, there are a couple of distinguishing factors. One distinguishing factor theoretically is the fact that Fauci actually showed up. The other is that Fauci has a pardon for criminal conduct.
Show up.
With that said, is it possible that theoretically the DOJ could prosecute him? It could happen. Another constitutional attorney said that theoretically the Senate could argue that Fauci has no valid basis to invoke the privilege for the matters that were covered by the pardon. And so the committee theoretically has a couple of avenues. You could pursue civil litigation to compel his testimony, or you could issue a criminal contempt referral to the DOJ. That's the thing that Rand Paul is talking about today. Barbara McQuaid, a former U.S. attorney, told Newsweek that Fauci could still face prosecution for any conduct that occurs after the granting of the pardon. The Senate could compel testimony from Fauci by granting him immunity. There's also the possibility of state-level charges. I know Florida has been investigating that possibility. Now again, there are a wide variety of pieces of evidence showing that what Fauci was saying publicly while he was the head of the NIH was not comporting with what he was writing privately in his diary. So, for example, he was putting heavy pressure on the media not to report the idea that the Wuhan flu started at a lab, not a wet market. And yet, he was writing January 26th, 2020. It now appears using EpiData and genomic data. The first infection was in early December and was not connected to the market. We know the market was not the source, it was the amplifier. On January 31st, again, this is 2020, this is before most of the world knew there was a global pandemic. Fauci noted that scientists questioned whether the virus could even have arisen naturally. But by May, he was saying publicly that there was no scientific evidence the coronavirus was made in a Chinese lab. When it came to closing things down, Fauci told by Congress Sargon, when she was over at the Hill, that he didn't recommend locking anything down. But we know from his diary that's not true. He literally wrote in March of 2020 that he convinced Bill de Blasio and Gavin Newsom to close New York City and California down. So again, all of these would be ripe opportunities for Fauci to answer some questions, especially because he was given a pardon. Now, one of the things I have to say here that is kind of astonishing is that if you really are rooting for the science, then science needs to be a self-critical, humble process, right? You get proved wrong a lot in science. It happens all the time. And so if you have somebody claiming to speak for the science, who instead of speaking for his ego, well, wouldn't the scientific establishment have some sort of interest in uncovering that? In other words, why is this a political thing? This should just be a scientific thing. There were other scientists pointing out that he was wrong at the time, ranging from Marty Makary to Jay Bhattacharya. And Fauci was fighting all of them at the time. But the Democrats, because again, the rule in our house is so stupid. If Trump is for something, Democrats are against it. If Trump is against something, Democrats are for it. Democrats turned Anthony Fauci into some sort of global hero. So Democratic Senator Andy Kim yesterday was praising Fauci for being, quote-unquote, the man in the arena.
But these public servants do it because they are in the arena. I just want to end by just reading a portion of this because I think it's important as we're thinking about how to be able to treat public servants in this country to think through this. And in the words of Teddy Roosevelt saying, it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them
if
better.
Fauci was a Republican, Democrats, because he's a Republican, I mean, a Democrat, or at least, is Fauci a Democrat? I'm not too sure. Could he be centrist? Okay. Interesting.
The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs but comes short again and again, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumphs of high
I don't have to
achievement.
listen to Gary
who at the
Roosevelt.
worst-
Come on, really, come on. It's so obnoxious. Again, members of the media were doing this all day yesterday, just lamenting the fate of Anthony Fauci being asked that question. Here's Stephanie Rule over at MS Now doing that.
It takes me back. It breaks my heart. I can't believe we're back here. I can't believe we're relitigating this in the way that we are. I'm grateful that you're here with us today. I'm thankful you were with us for all of those days during COVID. Thank you so much.
You know what prevents that relitigation? If the scientific community had held Fauci accountable for not reflecting the data, that would have helped. That really, really would have helped. Because some of us were trying to follow the data at a granular level, which meant that our opinions would change as the data changed. And if it turns out that you were lying about the data, like for example, that the vaccine was going to end transmissibility, which is a thing that was said over and over and over, while Fauci was working in the Trump administration at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, if it turns out that's falsified, well, that's a real problem. But for the left, anyone who is disliked by the right must necessarily be good, which presumably is why James Talarico, back in 2021, was buying Fauci action figures for Christmas and celebrating them. He's now the Senate Democrat candidate in Texas. What, I got the coolest action figure
What the fuck is that?
for Christmas. Thank you to all the healthcare superheroes working today. Let's help by getting vaxxed and boosted. Wow, I can't imagine the hours of fun he spent playing with real-life action figure Anthony Fauci.
Right.
You know, whether there are any consequences or not, it seems to me that if there are going to be consequences for this thing in the future, it shouldn't just lie with Anthony Fauci. It should lie with the entire system that refused to examine what Anthony Fauci was saying. It should also lie with China, which spread the virus. And it should lie, by the way, with members of the government in both parties who decided to leave this guy in a position of power. And President Trump does take a hit for this. Now, President Trump left Anthony Fauci in that position while publicly ripping on him. He recalled his relationship with Fauci on Truth Social yesterday. He put up a post. He said, many more people died of COVID under the Biden administration than under the Trump administration. Operation Warp Speed was a spectacular success. In fact, many say one of the most successful things ever done by an American president. I overrode Fauci on this. His ideas were crazy. Also, I said from the beginning, the virus came from the Wuhan laboratory in China. Fauci strongly disagreed, always trying to protect China. I inherited Fauci, who was there since the 80s, with each passing day relied less and less on him. He made too many bad calls like on masks. Remember, at the beginning, he was an anti-masker, then he switched to a super master. In any event, I didn't let him shut the country down, although he wanted to. I went the Federalist way and let the governors decide. The Republican governors did a much better job than the Democrats. Fauci was largely taken out of play, and then along came Sleepy Joe Biden, who made Fauci a king. Against a bit of rewriting of history, Fauci remained in charge of the system, largely. During Trump's administration, Trump certainly handled it better than Biden, who continued to maintain the lockdown protocols and the vaccine rituals for children and the masking nonsense for full on a year after the pandemic had essentially mitigated. But bottom line is this. If we want better policy for the future, then some self-critical investigation would be a good thing. Not just, berating Fauci or defending Fauci full scale. What an amazing video you just watched. Wasn't that amazing? Well, if you think so, head on over to dailywire.com/subscribe to watch the full show ad-free, or check out this crazy story here.
It's crazy they found his diary. I wonder why Fauci was... I wonder what happened in 2014. Why was Fauci pardoned for anything since... Okay, I can't type. My food is here. I want to know what happened in 2014. Did Fauci do in 2014? It's so weird. That coronavirus. Congressional testimony. Ebola epidemic and navigated the federal funding pauses on specific pathogen studies. A specific year marks the starting point of his federal conduct covered in later. Pardon? Oh, the Ebola shit. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I wonder what he did in Ebola. I remember in high school, the Ebola epidemic was like super scary. Toronto. I've never. Damn, can I get a pardon? I didn't do anything, but I would love a pardon. just want to know. I just don't think it's that robbery on a yacht. How do you rob a yacht? That's such a weird thing. Wait, Jesus walks. You're about to get mugged. That's pretty funny. This is why strong borders are important. I don't think Democrats would. There's such a fucking stereotype with everybody. The fuck is Sneeko doing there? Hail Mary. Okay, I think I would. I think my conclusion on all of this Fauci stuff, I think he did some pretty crazy things in office. I need to read more. I think that's my conclusion. I need to read more. It's finally happening. Norm Finkelstein. Sounds like shit. Like, ew, I found a Finkelstein. Like Finkel matter. Why are they copying Marvel? Aether Drift, Aether Drift, Aether Drift. Does this guy like Aether Drift? What was so good about Aether Drift? I think that was the... It's an invasion, guys. They're not fat. I think anybody being racist is just awful. I mean, we should really stop the racism, guys. Just a bunch of incel. I mean, I've been on Discord. You have so many incels on Discord. So you just know exactly what to say. For so many chuds. Okay, what's next? Ooh, I want to see what's going on with Hassan. Okay, how long has the stream been on? Only like an hour and 30 minutes. Man, it feels like longer. I want to see. It's been a long time since I've watched more Pegasus update.
Welcome back to a series.
Let me guess. The first thing I was about to say, the first comment looked like,
oh, GTA. Even CJ subscribed. In today's video, the Hassan versus Ludwig drama has escalated big time. Hassan just had a massive crash out and he's still salty over Ludwig calling him a coworker and not a real friend. He claims Ludwig's subs and views have fallen off after saying that Hassan shocked his dog. Actual fanfiction. He calls out Ludwig for selling out to sponsors and being greedy while sacrificing his friends. He's very mad at apolitical commentary channels pointing out his lies. Wonder who
I know he gets
who
like
he's talking about. He's now claiming the reason
goddamn. 160k. Damn.
he doesn't collab with other streamers is to protect his friends from drama. Bro thinks he's Luffy. Hassan is claiming he saved his audience from the right-wing pipeline, and he somehow awakened them. And he calls out Asmongold and XQC. Ludwig is going viral for confronting Jason the Ween for not paying up 10k after losing a bet. Streamer Joe Bart has crashed out after supposedly getting scammed by a streamer named Yugi. Subscribe!
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some drink. Hello again. Shit. I know.
Or you get a friend like Hassan. Who needs enemies when you got him? Now let's begin. Right, so the Hassan versus Ludwig drama has escalated. Hassan just had a massive crash out on stream. And the funny thing is, Ludwig is not even a player in this game. He's trying to mind his own business. He's taken on his new persona, Professor L from Streamer University, trying to teach people the art of content creation. The only person who's still salty after all this time is Hassan. So quick context to fill you guys in with the Ludwig Hassan lore. So it all started on Ludwig's Mogul Mail commentary channel, where he criticized Hassan for saying that streaming is more draining than a 9-to-5. A very like out of touch, idiotic comment.
But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you in the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
So supposedly Hassan got mad, his chatters brigaded Ludwig, and Ludwig didn't want to piss him off, so he sort of changed his thumbnail in his video, trying to appease him.
As a streamer myself for almost 6 years now, on how hard it really is.
Such a fake thing to do, like being maliciously clipped out of context.
You should call Hassan and apologize. Why is Hassan mad? What did I do? Oh, well, I mean, that's the deal. I'll just pull him out of the thumbnail.
So then we had Dogtober 7, the fateful day Hassan shocked his dog live on camera.
Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. You're being such a baby.
So people asked Ludwig his opinion on it, and he said that he 100% thinks that he had a shock collar.
I think he lied about having a shock collar. I think he 100% had a shock collar.
Then mysteriously, Ludwig received a secret photo from somebody, supposedly debunking the story. More likely, he just got harassed. So then he switched up and he publicly defended his son, saying that it's a vibration collar.
I got close-up pictures of the shock collar. I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure it's a vibrate collar. On my mother's life.
So it turns out people also found an old video of Ludwig talking about shock collars. Here's a video he made 5 years ago, why dog shock collars should be illegal.
Oh, yeah! Most of these products, like 80%
Oh
of
my
them
God, he
are
sounds so much
always
younger.
meant to hurt your dog in some fashion to get them to stop what they're doing. Even the noise one, to me, is a bit too far. Is it probably gonna create some sort of anxiety, fear problems with the dog? Every time they see you the collar, will they run to the other side of the house out of fear? Yeah, I think they probably will.
Anyways, then we had Ludwig officially disavowing Hassan, saying that he's not his friend and that he's just a coworker and he will not go to his funeral.
I'm also not even friends with Hassan. Legitimately, I'm not. When I retire, I will never speak to 95% of the streamers I collab with again. Hassan is part of that group. It's just true. They wouldn't go to my funeral. I wouldn't go to their funeral.
Also, Hassan has supposedly been blacklisted from Ludwig's events because these sponsors like AT&T do not like him, and he's just horribly bad PR. More recently, we had a drama where Ludwig talked about how he doesn't like taking money from his viewers and would rather take it from these mega corporations and sponsors, and Hassan somehow took it personally because he's 100% viewer funded, and he crashed out.
I like that content creators also position themselves as like getting the bag from sponsorships as like somehow the more ethical way to do business, where they're like, I just don't want to be viewer funded, guys.
Anyways, that finally brings us to today. Hassan has been stun locked on this ever since, and he basically has a massive crash out over Ludwig and me, I guess. I guess I'm just always in there at this point. Hassan reacts to Ludwig's subs and views going downhill after Colorgate and Coworkergate. Also calls out Asmongold and XQC.
I fuck with you heavily because you're not taking all these sponsors and staying brand friendly. Ludwig showed how subs and views went downhill for him after the Coworker Gate and Kaya Gate. Yeah, I don't know why he just like came out of the gate swinging like that. Only to then turn around and be like, actually, my bad. I don't think that's what happened. Making 0 people happy in the process. You know, sometimes you sit on the fence and the fence shoves itself into you. Made AT&T happy? Dude, AT&T has nothing to do with... AT&T can demand a blacklisting of me from their events, but that doesn't mean that AT&T is like, you need to fucking lean into this like this growing movement that declared Hassan to be a dog abuser. What are you, crazy? No, I think he was just doing it because everyone constantly would say... Everyone constantly harasses him still to this day, and they kept harassing him. They kept harassing him. They said like he's my dog, that I abuse him like I abuse Kaya, and he just wanted to probably He wanted to probably just like cut through that noise to be like, I don't fuck with this guy. I don't like this guy. It was a shock to me as well.
Hassan
but
dog shot
it
bad.
certainly didn't stop people from still shitting on him all the time. It is what it is.
Is what it is. I don't care. Proceeds to go on a 20-minute meltdown over drama that is literally several months old. Right, so first off, what fucking fan fiction do Hassan chatters actually make up, bro? Why would Ludwig's subs and views go down after saying that Hassan shocked his dog? Like, or after calling Hassan his coworker? Any change in his stats are likely related to his own content and his own stream. These people are such grand narcissists, they actually think that the entire world revolves around Hassan, and they're acting like Ludwig ruined his entire career because he called Hassan a coworker instead of his, like, deepest and closest friends. Can you imagine being this fucking salty, bro? I mean, in my opinion, Ludwig is doing fine. In fact, he's probably doing better than ever. He actually gained back a lot of the respect after Streamer University. Heck, even I was glazing him in the previous videos because I think he's doing a great job with the content now. And I feel like cutting Hassan off was kind of like the best decision he could make. So he can just ignore the noise, ignore the drama, and actually just focus on what makes his content good. Also, never listen to Hassan when he's talking about harassment, okay? His community is literally full of psychopaths who want me fucking executed. This guy brings up the death penalty and caning and stalking me and harassing me IRL.
17 executions in 2025. Oh my God, you're about to get caned, big dog.
Dr. K, the most neutral guy on the internet, pointed out that his community is extremely tribal and harasses anybody that disagrees in the slightest.
With the creators that I've worked with, there are a handful of communities that they're really scared of, and Hassan's is one of them. And I think it has something to do with his size, his rigidity, and the tribalism of his community, right? There's an us versus them.
One of his fans literally got arrested for terrorist threats and threatening to murder a politician's family member.
The defendant did threaten to assault and murder a member of the immediate family of a United States senator with intent to retaliate against the United States senator on account of the performance of his official duties. Subject regularly listened to the social media influencer Hassan Piker.
Like, this guy is unironically the master of projection, bro. Fucking Epson home cinema. So then they randomly start calling out Ludwig for being greedy and like taking these sponsorships and sacrificing his friends for money or whatever. It's just insane cope.
Damn, this shit is sad. Not gonna lie. What the fuck went wrong? Politics, baby. Money. Money. Politics.
More money,
more
more
like politricks. Mass harassment campaigns that sought to isolate me from the rest of the community by consistently harassing people and punishing them for daring to collaborate with me in any capacity. Ludwig still to this day gets inundated with a barrage of attacks from some of the sweatiest fucking losers on the internet who literally claim that he's my dog. Like I dog walk him. Like he has no.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He has no opinions of his own. Because like there is a endless appetite to brigade by right wing groups that can masquerade as like apolitical on the internet. That mask themselves, mask their politics, and there's a lot of success. We've talked about this before. There's been
I see him wearing that Palestine bracelet. Didn't Hassan not want to go to Palestine? Bro, he's so performative, man. Go to Palestine, bruh. Go to Palestine. It shouldn't be such a hard thing for you to go to Palestine, bro. I get you think it's dangerous, but like, I don't know. This guy should get off the internet and do more like Netflix documentaries. Go out. Put yourself in the danger that you think doesn't exist. Fucking come on, man. He's so delusional. So delusional.
Tremendous amount of success in the apolitical commentary sphere of the idea that like I am peak woke, I'm wrong, I'm everything that's wrong with woke. And I'm just like a fucking huge villain, and anyone that doesn't immediately criticize me all day.
You're like the Logan Paul. I think he's like the Logan Paul of fucking politics, okay? He's got a lot of enemies, but he's also got a lot of friends, but their enemies are like the loudest voices. And they should be. And they should be. I think it's like Logan Paul, he scams people's money. I feel like Hassan fucking scams people's brains. It's just so ugly what he's capable of and what he can do.
Every day in the same exact fucking ways that these like psychopaths obsess over are obviously in the pocket and are being blackmailed by me and shit like that.
Dude, what are you talking about? I mean, obviously people are gonna harp on that because it's literally never happened on the internet. That was so egregious, like someone actually changing a video from you, and it legitimately looked like he was in your pocket. Also, how does he completely 180 on the shock collar thing? Like, he's 100% sure it's a shock collar, and then randomly he's then on your side saying that it's a vibration collar. Who the fuck, like unless this guy's legitimately having some fucking mental issues, like what the hell are you talking about? Obviously it looks like on the surface to anyone that he would be in your pocket because those are complete 180 positions. Not to mention, we all know the little triangle that is going on here where his fiance actually has a podcast with you, which you're earning a shit ton of money on. And he actually cannot be too antagonistic towards Hassan because QT actually really likes Hassan and defends him in the shock collar saga.
Oh god, man. If I had a girlfriend who was really into Hassan, I mean, my girlfriend's very leftist, but it's not like she watches Hassan or likes him, okay? I feel like I basically trained her not to, because that shit's dangerous. Ludwig, I feel like Ludwig's so miserable with that. But she should probably dump him. Dump him for, you know, at least getting the chance to be with Hassan. And not only that, I feel like his life would be a lot happier. I feel like Ludwig's would be a lot happier. Go find somebody who's more correlated.
Literally agrees with his radical fucking political views, gifts him 9/11 newspapers.
Why is Ludwig here?
To frame on his fucking wall.
Oh yeah, they gave him the 9/11, bro. He's such a Logan Paul
complete fucking disgrace,
shit.
by the way. Giving an open terrorist supporter a gift like that is absolutely psychotic, and she should feel absolutely ashamed for that. This man is literally praising Hezbollah on your podcast. I mean, it's fucking disgusting. These people talk about caring about LGBT.
I want them to go and join Hezbollah. I think that would be hilarious. Like, join Hezbollah, Hassan. Do it. Do it. Go find your fucking Luffy friend or whatever his name is. Go join Hezbollah. And do some, like, I don't know. Join Al Jazeera on the battleground.
Bro,
he's gonna say I'm calling for his death. I really don't care.
Like, you can't make this shit up. And poor Ludwig is basically caught in a rock and a hard place, right? He's kind of doing his best to mind his own business, trying to grow whatever spine he can. But then he obviously has to appease his wife or, you know, his fiance. And it's just a messy situation. The funniest thing is that Hassan is probably going to be invited to his wedding, right? Because QT actually wants him there. That is going to be so fucking tragic.
The problem is some of our friends aren't invited to the wedding.
Wait, really?
It's a small wedding.
Oh.
Wait, what the fuck?
You had to make cuts.
Damn.
We had to make cuts.
That's crazy. I like it.
I'm invited to the coworker wedding when other people aren't. That's crazy.
I like that.
Also, can this guy stop crying about the apolitical commentary sphere? Brother, what happened, huh? Am I Voldemort again? You just can't say my name. And he always tries to smear his ops as like secretly right-wing or these Nazis or whatever. Dude, regular, everyday, average people cannot get behind a dog-shocking terrorist supporter who's a radical extremist and advocates political violence and harasses all of his enemies. And literally dog whistles people to take action IRL. You are a psycho. Criticizing you doesn't make anybody right-wing. It doesn't make us political. You just need to stop being a fucking cartoon comical villain. So then he says that the reason he doesn't collab is to protect his friends. This guy actually thinks he's Luffy from One Piece, dude. I'm doing it for my friends. Maybe they just don't want to collab with you, man.
Does he even have any friends? I would think he does, but at the same time, it's like, who actually? I feel like just like how Hassan used Ethan for clout, I think everybody's now using him for clout. I think that's how it goes. So I think he pretends to have friends, but I think Hassan is so toxic. It's like kind of like Fallout, where you kind of, have to walk through the radiation, but if you stand there for too long, it's over. I don't know. I mean, if you debate Hassan, that's one thing, but I think people just want him for clout. He's that big, but he's also really terrible. That's what I think. I don't think he has any friends.
There's a decent chunk of the NP community that thinks you're grooming Nick to regurgitate your talking points. Yes. Okay. One of the things
actually was crazy is even when he had friends like Frogan, Denims, and Ida, he didn't help them. He didn't help them at all. And that should really be a sign that people just do not really like him. And even when you do, it's a detriment. It's a detriment to everything.
That you guys have to understand because a lot of people complain in here. They're like, why do you always do politics? That's why, bro. That's why. It's like, well, part of it is because there's a lot of important shit going on in the world. Okay. So I have to do more politics than ever before. That's number one. But the other reason why I don't do as many collabs is because I just don't want to fucking bring that level of animosity towards other random people. Everyone in this industry knows I have the most vicious fucking psychopathic stalkers. Everyone in this industry knows that no matter what happens, if you align with me in any way, shape, or form, they'll make your life a fucking living hell. And some people can handle that heat and they don't give a shit. Some people are totally tapped out of it. For most people, they're like, I don't want to rock the boat. They've had some successful initiatives in brigading with Trash Taste podcast, shit like that.
Holy delusion, bro. At a certain point, you gotta realize that it's not the Brigaders, it's just you. The reason people don't want to see you on the Trash Taste podcast or whatever normie creator they're watching is because they don't want their favorite creator being tainted by some extremist radical or getting into trouble, right? And you cannot chalk this up to collabing with someone who's edgy. This is collabing with someone who's, in my opinion, at this point, genuinely evil. They don't want their favorite anime guys to be tainted by some fucking radical terrorist supporting nut job. Also, at this point, you have been kicked off. You don't get to collab because people don't want you there. This isn't a noble choice by you. And he always tries to frame it this way, yeah, guys, I just choose to not take any sponsors. I just choose to take money from my broke viewers who are living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, man, we know your PR is dog shit and you can't get the sponsors you want. That's why you take money from from the working class. You basically need to milk your cultish community to the max. So then he randomly starts bringing up politics and he brings up Trump. Dude, we're talking about Ludwig. Where did Trump come from?
My hope is...
I mean, he is a fucking political streamer, so...
to simply fucking wait it out. Because eventually, when the cultural forces shift, it was really bad when Trump first became president. It was really bad between 2023, the end of 2023, 2024, and 2025. The reason for why it was really bad was because the overall culture had shifted dramatically to the right. Since then, woke has made a comeback in a fairly meaningful capacity. And that's part of the reason why, since woke has made somewhat of a comeback, people are a little bit more open-minded to the things that I'm advocating for, to the things that I push for. They're a little bit more curious about it. Okay? Woke 2.0 has been on the come up. Obviously, none of this has anything to do with normies in the real world, by the way.
By woke, you mean hating Jews. That's what, hating Jews, hating Israel, not really much to do with fucking anything else. I think it's just the wedding ring of fucking the far left and the far right. I mean, shit, man. It's all, the second woke is all about Israel. It's all about Israel. I know that. I know that because they won't even shut up.
Most people in the real world
go to Palestine.
Have nothing to do.
We're
talking specifically about the internet. It has a tendency to impact the normie sphere as well. But for the most part, what we're talking about is like Twitch streams, YouTube, commentary sphere, that kind of shit.
Most people in the real world like me. Buddy, do I have news for you? I mean, how do you get this delusional? Like, at a certain point, it's genuinely impressive. Buddy, you're banned from the real world. The fucking entire UK banned you. You can't even travel.
At least you have nice prisons.
I mean, this guy was constantly memeing about coming to Singapore, but it genuinely, like, I mean, it's a beautiful, lovely place, but, like, I don't think you're welcome, pal. Like, you're a far-left commie, radical terrorist supporter who's, in my opinion, pretty racist as well, so, like, like nobody fucking wants you. Like basically anyone can just look up your greatest hits by just Googling them, you know? And oh my god, dude, this strategy is so pathetic where he randomly brings up Trump or some political thing. Dude, nobody cares about your dog politics. This man could be talking about hot Cheetos and randomly make it some like political war, right versus left. Oh, the right-wingers are ruining everything. It doesn't change the fact that you shocked your dog. It doesn't change the fact that you're a pathological liar. Like, these are independent criticisms. So then he starts crying about nobody defending him and, like, his fellow gaming streamers not putting their careers on the line to, I guess, support his political views. They should actually step in the line of fire to a guy who frames the 9/11 newspaper on his wall and talks about how Hezbollah is based, of course.
The treatment that I received, the treatment that a lot of ridiculous smears like calling me a terrorist and having no line of defense from my my peers. None of them came out and were like, hey, this is really fucking racist. We should stop this. Like Woke 1.0, that shit would not have slided. They would have never let that slide. Like if Woke 1.0 in like 2020, if a bunch of prominent Twitch streamers were playing, slided. Woke 1.0, if a bunch of prominent Twitch streamers were fucking turning around playing a game called like Twitch streamer or terrorist.
Dude, do you ever like get tired about lying and misrepresenting stories and everything?
I don't think he does
the
it.
reason that whole game was set up was because you said shit like America deserved 9/11, and that is literally akin to how terrorists speak. You were so radical, it actually became comical, and people legitimately couldn't tell who the quotes were being said by. I mean, this is the guy that showed a terrorist propaganda video to his friend and called them like musically gifted
story
people.
Bible on
Dude, you're
Hassan
just
must be
off-putting.
crazy.
The only people that would tolerate you are legitimate lobotomites like NMP, of course.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
But yeah, just about everybody else is smart enough to stay away, you know? Now, of course, QT will continue collabing with you because she makes a shit ton of money off of that Patreon.
Whoa.
And who knows, she might be as loony political-wise as you. So then he calls his haters
That's why I think
terminally
you should-
online, says the guy who streamed 10 hours a day for a large part of his life and still streams several hours a day and spends the rest of his time on fucking Twitter.
But yeah, there is definitely an endless amount of extremely online losers who spend every waking moment on the internet. They don't have like a lot of sound political points of view. Like they don't have like a firmly established political point of view at all. And they just simply lean into like vibes in general. And because they do that, when the vibes are right wing, when they see a lot of like right wing brigaded comment sections, they think, oh, this is normal. This is what like the majority believes. This is what the cool kids believe. And that's how they establish their political point of view, their political worldview. But those people are very malleable. Those people have not they have not committed to a political worldview. They're just going along with what they think the vibes are. It's actually that easy, which is part of the reason why, as I'm saying over and over again, like a lot of these people, many of you have found yourself in the alt-right pipeline back in the day for this exact same reason.
Yeah, so keep in mind whenever these people talk about the alt-right pipeline, they're talking about apolitical commentary channels and they're talking about Moist Critical. This man crashed out at Moist because he simply pointed out that it's very likely that he shocked his dog. He used his fucking eyeballs and ears and this guy lost it.
Charlie's been on a good streak lately.
I do remember that shit. Why isn't Moist Critical helping me? Why isn't Moist Critical helping me? Please! Please! Dad, please! Moist Critical, why isn't he talking about this? he wants all apolitical streamers to talk about how bad, like, people he don't like is, but that's just not the reality. It's just not the reality. It's so stupid.
Genuinely cares about dogs. He talks about how much he cares about dogs and pets all the time. So do I, dumb fuck. That's the reason why I'm fucking pissed off. That's the reason why I'm fucking annoyed. He could just like unironically reach out and be like, hey, what's going on here?
Like their entire side, like even iDubbbz was calling him a path to the alt-right. These people are just not real. I mean, Charlie criticizes Trump all the time. He's criticized ICE as well. He criticizes Elon Musk. He literally had a big beef with Sneeko. I mean, this is very obvious he's not like a path to the alt-right or anything. But all of them live in this sort of weird hyper-political bubble where if you ever even disagree with them in the slightest on one little thing, you are made out to be this never-ending villain. And basically the only way they can win is brand all the right-wingers as Nazis and then just call everybody who's not them right-wingers, right? It's like an ingenious strategy. And the fact of the matter is normal people just don't care. Half of us are not even from America. We don't give a shit about your politics, dude. We're sick of you turning legitimate criticisms into like being a liar and a hypocrite into some weird political battle. Then he does the ultimate cope. He says the YouTube algorithm is right-wing. Holy, oh my god, bro. No, you don't understand. The algorithm is feeding them the slop videos. No, it's not because my content sucks ass, guys. He also calls us all children.
Agitative propaganda on the right still exists. The algorithm still very much favors reactionary right-wing commentary. It's not a secret, especially on platforms like YouTube, for example, and Twitter plays a big role in this as well. So, or eventually, I played a role in your awakening, in your development, in your political development. We are there. We're definitely there. I think the broader cultural forces are shifting in our direction once again. The pendulum is swinging back. For the apolitical normies, or for the apolitical people on the internet, they don't have a well-established, developed point of view. They don't have a political perspective. They don't have the political education. They don't have class consciousness. Many of them are children anyway. And children are at the mercy of the masses. If they see a brigaded comment section leaning in a reactionary perspective, they think, oh, this is cool. This is what people are into.
Whoa. Is he trying to call me a child, bro? I mean, I guess kind of true. You are 35 years old now, so an entire decade older than me and still somehow dumber, still lacking common sense, still got these warped dogshit morals. I mean, I love the copium, though. I guess the YouTube algorithm is right-wing. What's the other copium? That you guys are all bots, of course. That you're watching the same video over and over and over again. Obviously, the entire Legendary series, it's the same video over and over. You're just getting... It's not like it's trending internet drama or news, right? New, in the fucking name, news. But I'm sorry for brainwashing you guys. Obviously, without me, you would all fall in love with Hasan, right? It's all my fault. Also, he goes, the tides are shifting. To what? Where people hate dogs? I don't think so. So then he starts reading some, like, messages from Ludwig fans, like Mogul fans, which is basically just Hasan fans LARPing.
You're forgetting that 75% of the Yard Boys are on your side on the political spectrum? What, 75? No, it's 100% of the Yard Boys are on my side on the political spectrum. What are you talking about? Yes, when I found you in 2018, I was dating a QAnon believer, but I didn't have any idea what the fuck that was. I would ask him to tell me about it or send me links, but I wasn't willing to share it.
Dude, if you... Oh, God. Q and I would... I swear, if you were part of, like, the radical right, I feel like that's some way to turn you into the radical left. Like, I feel like there's a higher % chances of that. I don't know why. I feel like... I guess I know. If you're in the radical left and you get delusion, I think of a radical life. I think it's because you lived the radical life. I feel like radical is all you know, and radical is all you will ever know. Because radical really does give you a home, a space to say whatever bullshit you want and have people agree with you. It's an echo chamber for an echo chamber. And I feel like a radical, if there was a radical person on the right that shifted, I don't know. That's just my theory, but who knows? I'm not saying that goes for everyone, but I also think that there's like a high chance, I would assume.
Anything and only brought it up rarely. Hassan Abi, thanks to you, I learned what the fuck was going on and helped me gain enough awareness to change the trajectory, because the hell was I overlooking before shaking my head? Mobile chatter, by the way. Yeah.
Ah, yes, Hassan has showed me the light. He actually lobotomized me so I could finally realize what a colossal genius he is, right? Thank you, Hassan. Very cool. Anyways, for anybody who's a bit slow, being left-wing is not being on Hassan's side. Literally half of Hassan's ops are left-wing.
Yeah, being leftist and being radical leftist.
Half his stream is crying about Democrats who hate his guts. The problem and the distinction that he never makes is that he's radical left-wing. The fact of the matter is, you don't have to be this terrorist supporter who's advocating violence to want better health care, to afford a home, to support, you know, LGBT or whatever liberal cause there is. It's fine to advocate for these things without sprinkling in the tribalism, the extremism.
God, this looks so bad. It was so bad PR, man. Wearing the Mao costume like that while giving a speech, man. How much worse could you look? Like, how bad was a decision like this? You could have worn anything else, but a fucking Mao costume, man. You're just never gonna be... I know he wants to make things mainstream, but I don't think he's ever going to be mainstream because of that. It's all about public relations, and he doesn't have a PR team.
The harassment, the doxing, the threats, the dog whistling, the insane shit that his community does. So then he calls out Asmongold and XQC. I mean, just rent-free at this point.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I far prefer a cordial relationship with someone like Ludwig than one that is born out of unbelievable antagonism that you see every day and mass harassment campaigns that take place with Asmongold, or antagonism born out of the way XQC treats the mere mention of my name with regular frequency.
Right. Just list them out, man. Asmongold, XQC, apolitical slop tubers. You forgot Ethan, Destiny, Israel. I guess add Ludwig to the list now. This is his second crash out. By the way, Ludwig hasn't said a word about his son. Literally just not talked about him. And he's had 2 crash outs already. One from Streamer University and one now randomly. And dude, at a certain point, people just get sick of it, man. This is never gonna happen, but imagine one day, like far in the future, Ludwig is finally like, fuck Hassan, I just can't stand this guy. Like, it's never gonna happen, but you know, you can dream. People responded, isn't Ludwig's girlfriend doing a podcast with this piece of shit? Very nice, just allow people to take shots at your significant other. Very healthy and normal behavior. Yeah, I mean, he's extremely disrespectful, to be honest. Towards QT as well, with that weird, extremely misogynist clip.
And he came in, he said, you could see my dick in this. And I said, Hassan, I'm not looking. And then he proceeded to hump the air and he said, look. And I said, I'm not looking.
That's crass.
Woke 1.0 Hassan would have been...
Ludwig would definitely fucking let Hassan do that if it happened. I mean, what else is he going to say? He would probably keep it a secret, though. I bet Hassan would fucking blackmail him to keep that a secret. Or something. I don't know. If Ludwig was there, would he just say, that's crass? I don't fucking know.
ETFO 7 times over and nuked off Twitch years ago. What a way to make a backhanded compliment. Also, the irony of Hassan calling other mass harassers when that is what him and his community is known for is hilarious. Still gets his goat that his legacy will be that of a dog shocker. Dude, the amount of projection this guy does is crazy. Like, anything he says, it's just him describing himself. Especially the harassment. Like, it's literally a one-to-one. I, of course, always treat Ludwig with respect as I sit on my stream and shit talk him. Thick as thieves. Now he's giving Ludwig the Destiny and Ethan treatment for not defending his dog abuse enough. Good thing they're just coworkers, right? You can't say that everyone didn't warn you, Lud. Hassan attacks Ludwig, then love bombs him. All the traits of a toxic relationship. Delusional Hassan fans. Not gonna lie, it's kind of sad knowing that he's choosing to isolate himself from the community to protect his friends. Thank you, Luffy! Luffy just went kill time, guys. Oh my god. He would do anything for his friends. What a goat. Oh, brother. Right, speaking of Ludwig, a clip of him is going viral where he's confronting Jason the Wayne Apparently they had a bet where Jason lost and he was supposed to pay out 10K, but he didn't. Ludwig comes collecting 15K likes.
Do you find yourself to be a man of your word?
I for the most part, yeah.
Do you think that's important to be?
Yes, I think it's important to be genuine, and I think it's important to go through with the things you say besides the Tesla giveaway. But yeah.
Can I ask how much this car is worth roughly?
Yeah, it's around like a little under 200. I'm pretty sure.
So around 200K, let's say.
Yeah.
What's 5% of that?
You cannot do math.
10,000.
So then why the fuck have you not paid me the $10,000 that you owe me from our last basketball 1v1? When I beat your ass, you did not pay me. You did not pay me, and every time I asked you to pay me, you dodged it. And now you're trying to rematch me in basketball when I haven't paid it out the first time. 5% of your car.
I mean, streamer bets, right? So these are things where you don't always know if they're memeing or not, but there is like some level of understanding between them where you gotta keep your word. And I think they don't really care about the money. They're both like disgusting millionaires, right? They don't need this money at all. But it's more about the principle of things. Like, it costs you relatively nothing, and you just gain so much more respect for actually sticking to your word. And personally, I also find that people who stick to their word in one aspect of life probably follow through in different aspects of life as well. So people are very consistent across the board. For example, if someone is late to one thing, they're probably late to everything else too, right? And you know what? I'm going to say it. I like this new Ludwig, you know, standing on business. The Professor L persona
finally
is
growing
taking
a
over,
backbone.
right? Might be a little cringe, but, you know, he's trying to be a better person. He's trying to teach the kids some values here. And I feel like if the Legendary series is glazing you a little bit, then you're probably on the right path. I will say the spine is regrowing slowly, a little bit at a
Now
time.
he needs to dump
There
his
are some
girlfriend.
scars, but this might be a Ludwig moment. Get it, the L with the W.
Yeah.
This money at all. But it's more...
Okay. I think
Bring this up off stream.
I think I'm losing light. I need some light. Light, yeah. Okay. Yeah, my room's starting to get messier and messier. I might need to... I'm like beginning to think I'm an actual streamer. Okay. Well, I'm done with the politic part. And let's see what's next. Yeah, done with politics. Now we're on to the entertainment stuff. Alrighty. These Pokemon ROMs, man. What the fuck? What? That's crazy. Wait, there was an earthquake in Japan? How many people died? Oh my god. Oh, man. Jesus. Ooh, magnitude 6.8? Shit, that's a lot of damage for 6.8. Like $1 jillion of damage. So cool. Oh, currently he has Finkelstein. When you say Finkelstein, kind of sound like Finkel matter. Alright, I want to talk about the fucking Pokemon. I want to talk about these ROMs. They're like everywhere now. Okay. Oh, when is The Hobbit coming out? Ooh, can you make a Generation 4 remake, please, bro? That's actually good. Okay. Be crazy if he was gay. He sounds gay. Nick Fuentes does sound gay. Oh. Pokemon ROM. It looks really good. I don't understand why people are complaining about this. I mean, it's better than the original. I don't like the back sprays. These look better. And the thing is, it's like Pokemon has fucked everybody when it comes to these things. I'll pull it up, but let me show you what I mean. I know Pokemon has done this shit. Yeah, maintain a zero tolerance legal history towards... They always do cease and desist and they shut down things. So despite everything, this looks really fucking good. And I don't understand why people are giving it so much crap. Like, it looks so good. I kind of want to play it myself. Okay, that guy's sitting there, looks weird. I'm wondering though if it's a complete... Can't you let me translate? Can I show translation? I don't understand why people would hate this. It just looks so good. Now, the thing is because of this, more people, I would assume, are starting to get really comfortable with fucking ROM hacks. Because I'm starting to see more of this stuff. Like, everywhere I go. The fuck is Kaisa doing? J.K. Rowling leaked hit the timeline? Leaks of J.K. Rowling? That looks like Kung Fu Panda's master. Wait, hold on. It wasn't on this one. I kept seeing it on this one. Taurus? What are you talking about? Like on this one. That's not real, is it? Okay, that's probably real. I don't know. I'm just seeing it everywhere. Ah, man, I'm not seeing it anymore. What the fuck? Maybe the fucking Pokemon. There we go. There's one right there. Like, look, they're just everywhere. It didn't take me that long. You can play it on your pad now. Is this thing really that good? I just want to know. What the fuck? See, I think people are getting way too confident with Pokemon now. There's too many of these things. How is Pokemon gonna get them all? Dude, Costco's the best. Dude, if Mario Kart World has DLC, no one's gonna play it. Dude, what the fuck? I don't understand! Why do y'all hate? Oh my god. My eyes! It looks unique! No, you're not. You're playing red and blue. I don't know why you fucking... Like, literally, all these mod consoles and all this shit, it's just... What is this? That looks cute. Yeah, I just think Pokemon is way too comfortable with this shit now. I don't think they even care. Dark Lugia battle. See, it's everywhere. Actually, that looks really good. What game is this? Soothing Silver. Let me look at this. Soothing Silver nursing cups? What? I did not pay attention. Let's see if there's a ROM for this. Soothing Silver ROM hack! What does this do? Look at how Pokemon and I want to know the difference. Oh, it definitely plays the girl though, I mean. Wait, what? None of these games will fucking ever have all the other regions. Unless I'm yapping. God, it's weird to see Gardevoir in this game. Who the fuck is that? No way is there a new evolution. Oh, Sylveon's in there. Okay, that's a good sprite. Wow. Ugh. The thing is they'll never, ever, ever. It's just these games will never put another region with the other one. It's so fucking weird. Look, man, if Pokemon ROMs had two, like, there's gotta be one. Is there a Pokemon ROM? What the fuck is the tutor? I don't care. What? Has two regions. Okay.
Complete its story, and then journey across the small Kanto region, also composed of 10 towns. So when you first open the region map in this game, you might think that you're looking at the whole world map, Yeah, that's not the case. This is just one region of around 25 towns, alongside another with what looks to be more than that. This game is a lot bigger than I originally thought, as rather than each of these regions being tiny with only 8 gyms, they're very sizable, with 18.
I'm so confused.
Gyms each. Honestly leaning towards that as well, in an open world and feeling forced to
advertising. Advertising.
This is the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go on my other one. Cause why the fuck not? What the fuck?
He's broke, he's homeless, he's gonna try to ask for money.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Remakes and remasters never hit as hard as the original, Luigi. You know that. They never hit as hard.
Just look straight, just look straight.
Look straight, just look straight. Go. No kids.
I remember Schaeferless giving it a 8 out of 10. It's just, I think season 2 tanked the whole
completed
thing.
story and then journey across the small Kanto region, also composed of 10 towns. So when you first open the region map in this game, you might think that you're looking at the whole world map. Yeah, that's not the case. This is just one region of around 25 towns, alongside another with what looks to be more than that. What looks like towns, alongside
Hido region! These motherfuckers. Why can't you just have the Hoenn region? This was 9 months ago. Maybe, bro. All these Pokemon games will fucking... They will never, ever, ever have... I could be wrong, I could be wrong. Fucking Hido region. Just do the Hoenn region, man! You don't have to even work that hard! The fucking Hido region? These motherfuckers, bruh. 36 gyms? Wait, what's this?
In 2026, many Pokemon fan game developers are dead set on creating experiences that aren't very popular within the IP. Story formulas without gym leaders, open zone exploration style.
Hell nah! If I get a game with a story formula with no gym leaders, I will actually, like, shit on it. I will take the game, and I will fucking shit on it. One of the worst ideas Pokemon could have ever done. Disgusting. Disgusting, disgusting. It's shameful!
Styles and
what a way to bastardize Pokemon. What a way to bastardize it. Disgusting.
Giving up to hundreds of existing Pokemon, a brand new visual and gameplay, whatever experience.
What's this, bro? What is this? Oh my god. They will literally give us anything except 3 regions in one game! They will literally do anything but that! Literally anything but that. God, these fucking ROM hack people are so pathetic sometimes. Just man up and do 3 regions.
6 in the live version only takes you to deserve
this?
a quick showcase. First up is Emerald Azure, claiming to be a fresh take on the Hoenn experience, which is pretty believable from both the title screen and introduction. You actually don't even begin in one of Hoenn's
one fucking region.
An island where you'll need to complete
a
short
Pokemon
quest before
you.
arriving in Little Root Town. Outside of the obviously different visuals, the bulk of Emerald Azure's new
Why the fuck is Team Plasma there?
content will come from a plethora of new gyms. I can't provide an
Dude, Pokemon doesn't care anymore. They do not fucking care.
exact number, though considering the 6 in the live version of normal Pokemon.
Let me guess. Let me do this.
I've played a lot of Pokemon fan
I know,
games.
and you know
some
what?
nearly perfect, some slightly above average.
Why are you playing all these games? Alright. I swear to God, if first place doesn't have 3 regions, I'm actually gonna shoot myself. With my fingers,
For quite a bit before its English release, and having finally been able to play it, I can say it certainly lived up to my expectations.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
The story is very unique, as you'll travel across the world trying to seal away various treasures before they fall into the wrong hands. The Pokemon battles are very fun. Originally released all the way back in 2016, and for its time, it was very impressive. The world is mapped pretty well, and while the story in Pokemon nearing the end of the list, Pokemon Alchemist. This is a pretty old fan game, originally released all the way back in 2016, and for its time, it was
Looks
very
good.
impressive. The world is mapped pretty well, and while the story and Pokemon variety are average,
Can you tell me
they
if it has
again
3
were
regions?
impressive for their time. But almost 10 years later, and I can't say it's aged very well, especially considering how poorly the game performs, causing tons of lag in
Wow, that's your number 3 game?
Pokemon battles are very fun, because they're fun, and if you also like on a bit more of a positive note is Legends of the Arena, a sort of mixed bag of a fan game in terms of quality. I really liked its story.
Here, Pokemon ROM hack that has Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh all in one game. Watch this say no. Wow. Oh my god, if I die, I'm a legend. Wait, what? Let me see this Pokemon Emerald extended cut. Okay, we actually might be on to something, chat. Might be on to something. A month ago. Oh, I bet this isn't out. This is not out. This is not out. This is not out. And they couldn't put Sinnoh in there, bro. Like, see, this is why people play Power World. Because Pokemon people are, like, Pokemon is so pussy.
Will now faithfully follow you behind your regions with a sense of true continuity in Pokemon Extended Cut Classic Plus. This massive overhaul gives you open world access to explore Kanto, Johto, and the Sei Isles from the very first minute of your adventure. Your plan finally bridges the gap between Hoenn and
Them nasty thoughts, baby got
That is a cool edit, but I don't care. Let's see. Let's see if this shit exists. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Taking you through a series.
I wonder if this Pokemon. What is this?
Free-to-play fan project that you sit there and ask yourself, how is this even possible? How can a video game be so much fun, so ridiculously polished? The depth of field effects, there are...
Where's this video? 4 days ago. 20 gym badges.
In this video, I'll be showcasing the best Pokemon and online multiplayer in 2026.
Ew, nah. The fuck? The fuck you say? Oh shit, he's talking about that one, isn't he?
Overworld and most of the battle assets with those presented in this video, but
what is that?
Alright, so there are 2 more ROM hacks I wasn't originally planning to include in Generation. I was planning both of them past Pokemon Rejuvenation, a title that I believe is the best Pokemon fan. Beautiful new region, a brand new story into the world. Much differently than I originally expected. They don't gain EXP, nor do they level. Instead, and I had actually planned on covering it last month, until it hit me that the sequel.
Okay.
Hey YouTube guys, how's it going?
The fuck? Why is no one talking about this game? It has to be a scam. Actually, wait. Oh no, the walkthrough is not helping. Multiple reach.
The Hoenn region. It's a place that's incredibly...
I want to know what number 1 is.
Updates or even a massive post. But for the number 1 spot, I chose a hack that I feel best allows almost any kind of player to enjoy. Whether you're looking for harder battles, a bigger roster of Pokemon, graphical updates, or even a massive post-game. This is Open World Emerald. As the title of the hack suggests, its main focus is allowing the player to choose anywhere to start their adventure, and work their way through the region's gym leaders in any way they desire. So every wild Pokemon ROM hacks I've ever seen. A project that creates... At number 2 though is one of the most technically impressive Pokemon ROM hacks I've ever seen. A project that creates a gameplay experience unlike almost any other. And that are the 3 greatest Hoenn region hacks ever created. So coming in at number 3 is a very interesting project called Parallel Emerald. The primary gimmick of this hack was to reimagine the Hoenn region in an alternate or parallel universe. So while you do still be the primary...
This thing can't be real. 8 months ago and this motherfucker hasn't talked about it once. It cannot be real.
Hey YouTube guys. Move. I'm screwed. I don't...
It has to be a scam. I think it's a scam. Why does this guy keep saying multiple regions? I can't find a single good game.
Over the years, we've seen it's safe to hand Pokemon on... Wow, Radical... And I bet Radical Red, it's been... And I think whenever that single Pokemon you want, and mentioning Pokemon Prism, a ROM hack that shook the entire Pokemon community when it was released nearly 8 years ago. Mostly for a situation we're all familiar with, but that's not what we're here to talk about. It's itself as a super customized Pokemon Crystal that takes place in a previously unexplored region, containing new mechanics such as character customization, Pokemon exploration, and game. Or interesting, because this isn't actually a hack that I would even consider for this list. But I know for a fact that if I don't Emerald Rogue, a ROM hack that tosses the base formula and any sense of storytelling out the window for a complete Pokemon roguelike experience. For a ROM hack, Emerald Rogue is very technically impressive, thanks to its diversity.
You're never going to have a game with multiple regions. They will always fuck it up. Alright. Like, they don't have any video of this? Yeah, this has to be a fucking scam. It has to be a scam. It has to be a scam. Pokemon MMO has 3 regions, but... Oh my god. I have a question. Can I play Pokemon? Pokemon MMO on 3D. That's a weird thing to know. Oh, but I could play it on my Steam Deck, actually. That would be hilarious if I could do that.
No kids. Roll the windows up. What's going on? Roll the windows up. Hurry.
Hey, you good, bro? You can come in. What are you getting No, he actually knows a celebrity. YouTube and you and the baby. Y'all good, bro. What? Hey, this is a baby. That's a celebrity's baby. Come on. This is about a dog, bro. That's a dog. It's a celebrity's dog. What? Requested. I know somebody in there too. Who do you know? Steven. Nobody. Chris. No. Ain't nobody in there, Chris. No. David. No. Demetrius. John. You know John. Jimmy? You know John. David. No. Demetrius. John. You know John. Jimmy? Yeah, I know John. So you know John. Okay. Yes, bro. Hey, John. Yeah. What's good, bro? Hey, but stop playing for he believe you. This is interesting. Don't let him in here. I don't know that.
Why did you have to put the KSI in there? What the fuck?
Roll the windows up. Roll the windows up. Hurry. It fucking crashed. He's broke. He's homeless. He's gonna try to ask for money. Didn't he just put a remake out? Remakes and remasters never hit as hard as the original. You know that. They never hit as hard.
That's for Halo.
We're not giving this.
Right? Just look straight. Look straight.
Look straight. Just look straight. Go. No kids. Roll the windows up. What's going on? Roll the windows up. Hurry.
Master Chief just chilling in the back. That's crazy to think. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Guild War. What the fuck is happening on Discord? Sheesh. What the fuck is this? I can't wait to see this. But yeah, we haven't gotten a Marvel movie in so long, like... Alright. Well, my conclusion is Pokemon MMO is the only game you could get with 3 regions, yeah. Alrighty, next one is Power World. I'm starting to get tired, it's only been 2 hours. I mean, Pokemon did release with an... Why don't they have an anime? It's so weird they don't have an anime. Whoa. People are actually playing this shit. Okay, wait. Why do I care? They're gonna have starter decks? Okay. God! This looks like something Bandai would make. God. They're all the fucking same. All these card games look the fucking same. Look, I'm gonna show you. There's this card right here. If I wish I could. Okay, look at that. Actually, fuck. Just normal card. Ooh. Like, look at that. They all look the fucking same. Hold on, that was pretty bad. I don't know why my... Look at how samey these look, man. I swear Bandai had fucking ruined these card games. Doesn't Riftbound look like this too? I think... These all look the fucking same. At least Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic. Let's see what a Magic card looks like. Magic. It's like any Magic card. Yeah, they all look like Magic, but Magic looks nicer. Like that. They all look the fucking same. What is an Illustrious card? Oh my god, man. Fucking same. I bet Flesh and Blood is fun. This looks the fucking same. What is this? Let me see a Card Fight Vanguard card. You know what? Let me just get a file. Hold on. Let me do some performative shit here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's start off with One Piece. Here, a normal One Piece card. Boom. Okay. Let's go to fucking Riftbound. I also want to see the Naruto card game. Oh, and I forgot about Gundam too. Wow, that looks like a Lorcana card. Oh my god. Okay, let me see this Naruto card game. Let me look at shit real quick. Hold on. Naruto's getting official card game website. Oh god, I think Naruto has great art though. No! Oh, actually, these don't look the same. Are they all full arts or something? Oh, they're having manga arts. Wow, they're just copying fucking One Piece. I'm so sick of these games, bruh. These are unnecessary cash grabs. These are like video games. TCG has become the new video games. At least it's getting people to come outside. Also, what is your normal cards gonna look like? Oh, this made a trailer yesterday? I am so fucking sick of Bandai fucking flooding the goddamn market with these goddamn Bandai bandwagon fucking games. They're all shit. Every single one.
Bandai card manga art.
Oh my god. This is why One Piece is going down. And they look the fucking same! Why couldn't they just make all these fucking anime card things in one thing? They look the goddamn same. Oh my fucking god, bro. Bandai needs to stop flooding the goddamn card market.
Card. Brew a deck full of strong ninja that special abilities like ninjutsu. Activate the effects of face-down character cards in response to your opponent's moves. Turn the tide of battle using various jutsu.
God, remember the time when Bandai was fucking laughed at? What is their secret goddamn formula?
Each character has unique effects.
What is their secret formula? How do they get a bunch of mindless people to follow this?
Master the art of jutsu. Major events around the world.
Come on, you can make me... This is so bad! Digimon looks the same. Everything is the fucking same. When is the TGG crash gonna happen, bro? Bandai is gonna cause the crash. Bandai is so fucking annoying. They're not evil or anything. But they have got to be done. Like, One Piece is so finished, bro. Like, One Piece card game is so done. I think Gundam's done too. I haven't heard many souls say anything about the One Piece card game. It's just turned into Dragon Ball. I knew this shit would happen. Dude, One Piece is so done. That Naruto game actually, I mean, the cards in Naruto do look badass. I'm not gonna lie. I do like some of the way these look. The Naruto card game is cool. I liked Naruto as a kid. That manga art, man. Wait, where was the manga art? Dude, those actually look really good. But at the same time, they don't. I don't know. I don't like this, like, middle bit here. No, I'm so sick. I'm so fucking sick of Bandai. It just pisses me off.
From the story includes illustrations from the original manga art. Card types. Naruto card game features these 5 types of cards to battle with. Leader card. The core card that your deck is built around. Character card. Chosen based on your leader's color. Character cards form your front line in battle.
It's like Commander.
Some character cards are powerful cards called EX characters, which can be played once you reach certain play conditions.
Because you can't do anime forever. That's what's cool about Magic. They jumped onto other abilities. You can't do anime forever. I don't understand why people are buying into this. Yeah, fucking lame. You can't make anime go on forever. With Lorcana, yes, you can make Disney go on forever because Disney has more IPs. But anime is just one sole IP, man. Why didn't they interconnect all these games? That would have probably been more fun, but they don't. Like, you could have one Anime Universes Beyond. All of them are gonna crash. Because I know that people are going to get sick of this. I'm just saying, bro, this is fucking bullshit. I'm so tired of this. Oversaturation of the market. Like, look at this. People don't even really care. Hold on, let me see something. Maybe Bandai. Yeah, Bandai bandwagon, bruh. You get shit. You get people who fall for this shit. I don't know, man. This just reminds me of the video game Crash, man. Like, cause then you'll have so many people, and then who else are you going to play with? That's why Universes Beyond is so good, because you literally are playing the same game. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, and this Power World. Dude, people hate Pokemon so much, bruh. Dawn of Palipagos. Does that look like a fucking Japanese pack, bruh? What the fuck? Dude, no way does that not look like a Pokemon, bruh. That looks like Aggron! Bro, please. Some of these look like Pokemon. That looks cool. Some of them look cool. I feel like the uncool ones look like the ones... Is that fucking Salamence or Lot? That's Salamence, bro. Pokemon be switching sides. Pokemon just like... like, all these Pokemon, like... They're like, damn, Pokemon don't do shit for us. We're gonna change costume. And we're gonna go to Power World. Is that Solgaleo? Oh my god. Or Pyroar. They go be switching sides, bro. Pokemon is so lame. I mean, the main games are so lame compared to Power World. I feel like they be switching sides now. I feel like they be switching sides. Fucking crazy. Yeah, but I know DreamWorks is getting I think DreamWorks is getting a card. Is DreamWorks getting a card game? Oh my god. It will never ever end. The good thing about DreamWorks and Lorcana is that they will always keep producing movies. One Piece, yes, it does produce, but it does have an end. Unless they fucking destroy it. Now, also, one thing I forgot is Naruto does have Boruto. I'm wondering if Boruto is ended yet. What? Okay. I guess, yeah, Naruto's definitely... Okay. According to the artist, it's probably coming soon. Naruto will end. Just don't get these anime games, bro. Okay. I'll be so mad. What if Bandai made JoJo? That would make a lot more sense. I feel like if they did Mana with JoJo, it's over. A JoJo card game would be cool. But JoJo's also gonna end. But JoJo has 1,000,000 stands. But also, I feel like those 1,000,000 stands are going to have... and you can't reprint those stands forever. God, Bandai is so annoying. I'm so sick of Bandai, bro. So sick of all these fucking card games coming out, man. You can't even keep up. But at the same time, it's like video games. Same thing as video games. Same thing as video games. But they're just flooding the markets. Let me ask Google. I feel like the card game market will crash. That's what I thought. I feel like it's easy money. Go out, buy a box, post it on it. I knew for a long time One Piece would be dying. Actually, I feel like the One Piece is the One Piece dying. I feel like it's doing better. That's the thing. When Bandai increased the products, that's the thing. This is what Bandai always does. They're scarce at first, then they're not scarce anymore, and then nobody fucking cares. Like, nobody fucking cares. That's what I think. Oh no, that was a year ago. There's no way. I don't understand why Lorcana's number 4. Oh, what the fuck? Those toys fucking saved it. That's what I was saying. Yeah, Wild Unknowns was sold a lot. If Lorcana's number 4, no. I mean, Mr. Beast's wife plays it. So fucking sick of these card games, man. I mean, I know TCG Player has some of these things. Oh, I wonder how much are those Hobbit cards. I think it's on eBay. God, even their boxes look so bad. What the fuck is even that? This looks borderline Lestrals, man. Why would anybody buy that? Who the fuck is that? No gym leaders. Dude. How are they gonna do this? You know what? This fucking come up with a Minecraft game. Come up with a Minecraft card game. The kids will love that shit. A Minecraft card game. I feel like a Minecraft card game would be insane. The hype for that would be insane. Whoever owns Minecraft, do it. And then, not only that, but let your community mod the shit out of those cards, okay? Minecraft card game. You can even make the mana boxes, fucking, like grass block, dirt block, or whatever. You could make the mana that. You could have different elements. I mean, Minecraft would be such a perfect card game. Lots of creatures. Lots of lore. House. Villagers. Actually, would a Minecraft card game really go that far? I don't know. Everybody be coming up with a card game, so I feel like fucking Minecraft would be a good one. Okay. The fuck? I did not mean to do that. I feel like Weiss Schwartz cards look the same. That actually looks hilarious. That actually looked good. Some of these cards look nice. I like the way that I want to catch that one. No. Is that literally just that one? The actual fuck. There ain't no way they just closed up the goddamn cards. This literally looks like a flipped version of that one. This game will take off. I think. I'm not sure. People only like Power World because they hate Pokemon. I really do think that. Oh, it's like Beyblade. People play Beyblade because they hate Trump. I'm joking, but I feel like it. I don't understand. Like, let me see a game of Beyblade. Maybe it looks funny. Let me see a game of Beyblade.
Competitive Beyblade is getting huge. So big, in fact, people are starting to scalp the best Beyblades like their Pokemon cards, buy multiple copies to get a slightly heavier mold, and practice launching technique for hours. And admittedly, I am deep into the competitive Beyblade rabbit hole, because when I found out Hasbro was hosting a national Beyblade tournament in LA, I bought a $500 ticket, woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning,
$500 ticket? What the fuck?
And flew 5 questionable outfits, but I booked it to the Beyblade booth. The main tournament doesn't start till tomorrow, but they're hosting a mini tournament with unreleased Beyblades as losing another point to a spin finish. So now the score is 3-0. Jordan needs to lock in. If he gets an extreme finish, he can tie everything up. But JT just needs one more point to win.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Alright, very nice lock. Alright, Rocket Griffin in the center, Mommy Curse making some attacks, making contact.
That does look fun. But at the same time, you're just watching it. You're not doing anything. Wait, did that one turn into 2? That is absolutely crazy. No way. These are just cockfights.
And JT wins, meaning she's moving on to the top.
That looks like
I
cheating.
am so proud of her. From not planning on participating to make it all the way to the biggest stage.
I mean, what's interesting to watch.
Joins Guy and Sergio to become the 3rd player to make it into the top 8. And the next top.
If you paid $500 for a ticket,
another one of my friends. This is Kaide.
even Yu-Gi-Oh will do more than fucking. I mean, sorry, even Beyblade will do more than fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
We even got dinner together afterwards. Kaide, you make it? You made it? Round 4. Oh my gosh, congrats.
Hours on your spin technique. Alright, I want to see a Beyblade. Okay.
Is going on. Yeah. Yeah.
That one's slowing down.
It's gonna be a stamina battle.
Oh, it looks so much better from up top. Wait, what? Which one? Which one won? The fuck are those?
And
Oh,
my
plus
stealing
one.
spin Turtwig guy takes it. He's my goat, man. But the quarterfinals are far from over because the last
People are
battle
actually
is
doing this
between
shit.
JT and Kaide, my two friends in the top 8.
That's crazy. That is funny.
Yeah, nice launch. Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, you can say anything you want. You don't have to put any concentration into this.
Anyway, once Naruto beat the producers,
$500 for a fucking ticket.
Finals, and the first round was Sergio versus Jonathan. Both of them swept their opponent last round, so this is going to be an intense battle. Sergio starts off with Scale Shark 150 low rush, and Jonathan goes with Scale Shark 370 low rush. It's going to be a Shark Scale duel. Since they're using practically the same Beyblade, the winner's going to be the one with the better launch.
Battle 1. Ready, set. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, very planted. Very
The better fucking launch? What the fuck is the launch technique?
Still has the momentum left. And nice impact. Slanting. Survivor finished later 2.
Some massive hits in battle.
Wow, they did not seem that enthused.
And for their next battle, Sergio is using Hover Wyvern 960 kick.
Oh, you get to
Hover
use
Wyvern is meant to be a defense type bay, but its hyperbolic shape is so aggressive while spinning, most people use it on attack combos. After losing the first battle, you
Combos?
Sergio is locked in. As for Jonathan, he's playing it safe with One Wizard 160X.
I love how they're saying, like, the Naruto game won't fail, but it's only 40k.
Wow. Let's see if Ron Wizard can.
Huge impact, huge.
Even though One Wizard usually has more stamina, Wyvern hit so hard so many times and knocked all the spin out of it, making the score.
The physics are
at 1-1.
crazy.
And their last Beyblades are Sergio's One Wizard 160 ball and Jonathan's Rock Golem 360 free ball.
Damn.
Rock Golem is a solid defense
Rock Golem, damn.
that specializes in counterattacks. But first finish. The score is now 3-1.
This is so view-botted.
Sergio just needs one more point to win.
Why does he have
But
a
if Jonathan
million?
gets an extreme finish like Kaide did last round, he wins. Jonathan can make the comeback. And
This
since
gotta be view-botted.
both players get to choose which Beyblade they're bringing next.
3-1. I guess we already know who won. Who missed the final?
They are now tied at.
God, like after the second one, this looks like a cool Beyblade.
These are the weirdest Beyblades ever released.
Oh, I
In
like that
2012,
time one.
Hasbro released a line of Beyblades called Stealth Battlers, which all featured crazy unique gimmicks. They gave Twisted Tempo a hammer, Kerbex flippin' blades, and Ray Striker
Are they
a
legal?
doppelganger. These Beyblades are so much fun to use, but to be honest, they just kinda suck. But if you want to see these weird Beyblades battle each other, check out the linked video. These are the weirdest Beyblades ever
The time one
released.
looks fucking cool.
Cyborg, what happened?
I don't know. I feel like at first Beyblade's fun, and then they all just do the same. What the fuck? I remember this video. I love how Mark is on there.
I'm more concerned about his taste in music.
I'm sure you know why you're here, Hood Avatar.
Nigga, are you
Damn.
okay?
I understand his frustration. He spent hours teaching him how to steal other people's dap bending.
And yet you lost the Dap Up tournament. Explain how you lost Hood Avatar.
The nigga swung his body to the side, and that's how my shit was open and hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What was that?
I'm sorry.
You deserve back shots from all the avatars for that nonsense. So what's the way forward, guys?
Fuck stealing daps. Let's kill our opponents. That's not a bad idea.
You guys may be onto something.
He can use Glock bending.
Now everybody chill the fuck out! What we fighting for? What we got guns for?
Oh my god, Hood Avatar is fucking hilarious. Something is really wrong.
Defense is by far the
Okay, that looks like more of a...
worst type in Beyblade. And today I entered a tournament with just...
God, Beyblade's bigger than I would think.
Beating this...
What's wrong?
Hey, at least it's not a card game.
Come on, come on!
God, this is so boring to watch. Why are people into this boring things? Is it just me? Am I old? Am I old? I think I'm old because this is boring as shit. And they have to do this a gajillion times? Is it free money? I think it's free money.
No, he's two hard recoil tops. What the heck? No, just like that. My lead is gone. The score is now 3-1. He only needs one more point to win, and his next Beyblade is Shark Scale. Oh, he's back!
Like, okay, I'll say this. It looks entertaining to watch at first, but like, I could see this getting boring, like, after the millionth time. And I don't understand why people are... I don't understand why they get appealed. I don't understand the appeal. Because at first it's cool, it's interesting. But, I don't know, because they change and stuff, the physics change. Why would any card game be appealing? That's why I like Commander, because it's always different. Always different. I don't know. Alright. Let's see what the fuck is going on with PSA. Alright, let's see.
I can't believe I have to do a second video today, but this is hot off the presses, and it's crazy. This just dropped, like, just before lunchtime, and, you know, we just had a lawsuit on Tuesday, and now we get another lawsuit. It's Thursday, and this one is surprising because PSA has done something here that's very rare. I have actually never seen, I've only seen them do this
PSA's bad all the goddamn time.
They have responded publicly. They responded to me publicly one time when I called out the Wilt Chamberlain grade, and they actually posted from the PSA account on
fucking
Instagram,
Darth Maul, the back?
you know,
Jesus.
clarifying what happened.
That's scary.
With the with that change and the crossover and all that. So they had to respond here. So this is Darren Ravel, which many of you know is he's part of Collect, and Collect reports on news in the hobby, right? It's like trying to be a hobby media company. And he's sort of the head of this thing, so he's always sharing stuff. And he's got, you know, he's a real reporter. He's got a background from ESPN and so on. He says, Super Collector Steve Littman has filed a massive lawsuit in California against PSA, alleging bad faith, unfair treatment, and fraudulent business practices. If you guys don't know who that is, watch King of Collectibles, the show by Ken Golden. He is the guy with the Honus Wagner. I think it was like an SGC 5 that Ken kind of showed up with, like, I don't know what it was, $5 million in cash, or $2 million in cash, and like
3 hours,
uncirculated $100 bills or something like that. So that, you know, you can watch that and you can learn a bit about him. Darren goes on to say that Littman says some of his high-end cards from grading company PSA parent company who bought SGC have failed to cross over his cards to the same grades in order to benefit individuals, including President Nat Turner, who also holds some of those cards. That is a bold statement. I certainly hope that's not true, but that's apparently what's in the lawsuit. Littman alleges that his 52 Topps mantle and an SGC 9 is unquestionably a PSA 9, yet PSA is only willing to give the card an 8, costing him millions. The difference between an 8 and 9 is obviously significant. What's a 9 going for nowadays? 5, 10 million?
Jesus.
It's crazy. It was like 1.8 like not too long ago. He says it's 52 Bowman Mantle in SGC.
Dude, I'm so tired of PSA, man. Like, can't people just use fucking tag? Wouldn't tag be the best option now? Because humans are humans. They can be as logical as they think, but humans will get this shit into scandals. Just use fucking tag. I don't know why tag is not that popular. Like, at this point, because of the way tag is, that should be the standard. Is it because people don't like AI that much? Dude, I'm telling you, man. Tag is where it's at. Tag gets you the most accurate. Unless the computer fucks up, I don't know.
10 is definitely a PSA 10. PSA also refused that crossover. That is interesting, right? Like, you think about this, the executives at PSA especially Nips, you know, he's got very high-end cards. Like I said before in my previous video about the previous lawsuit, I would love for PSA to open up and just show us how blind this is. The grades that they're applying to this guy's cards and the grades they're applying to Nat's cards, like, are they truly blind? What does that process look like? How different is it for a $5 million card versus a $5 card? We would love to see all that. It would clarify a lot of this, I think. Littman says PSA has a responsibility to change grades of cards that have been overgraded in the past, but alleges they don't want to do so because it will cost them millions. PSA guarantees that if a grade changes, they must make up the difference in market value. That is true. Their label has changed. People swear their standards have changed. Nat says they have not. But if they admitted, then they would have to spend a significant amount of money, which is interesting. So Littman's lawsuit for the first time shows 4 of the 6 1952 Mantle 9s that PSA graded, trying to show the difference between them. It's going to be hard from this photo, guys. You know, I'm not standing in front of the card, but these are old label 9s if you're driving. That bottom right one, I don't know about the centering on that bottom right one. It's a little heavy on the right, and the rest look pretty damn good to me. But I mean, I don't know. They look okay. Honestly, the bottom 2, the centering, I don't know. This is the whole thing with grading. It's like, it's just some human looking at this and just like, it's a Tuesday, I'm in a good mood, I'm one of the senior guys.
That's why tag is so good.
Been here forever. This is how I feel about the card. That's what we have resigned ourselves to. And they just decide, you know, whether it's...
They just roll a fucking dice or they feel like shit. Like... And the thing is I don't know if that's absolutely true. But it feels true. And I think that's what matters. I think that's what matters. I think because it's true. I think it feels true.
This card or, you know, I don't know, whatever. This is one of my favorite cards, by the way. The 97 metal Kobe. But, you know, whatever.
Sports cards are boring, though.
Littman also contends when a consumer pays for 60-day service and doesn't get a 60-day service, PSA owes them money back. PSA says timing is approximate. They sure do. It sure is approximate. Like my order that I submitted on January 2nd that I believe has a June 3rd date and has been in assembly for the entire summer. It still is. It sure is approximate. I don't know about the refund there. It would be nice if they did. You know, like, didn't Domino's have that, like, free pizza in 30 minutes or less? Like, if it's egregious, like, if they double the time, you should grade for free, or grading should be half off. That would make me feel really good about PSA, and, like, it might even motivate them to fix the intake process. But here we go. This is the boldest statement I've ever seen PSA make. The language in here is interesting. PSA has strongly responded to the suit. PSA statement. PSA's long-standing policy is not to comment on pending litigation. PSA is making a limited exception because this lawsuit can damage the hobby if left unchallenged. PSA will never compromise our grading independence. Undeserved grades cannot be bought or compelled. Steve's allegations are without merit, and PSA will defend against them vigorously because they threaten to undermine the hobby itself. This is a case about a single collector who is unhappy that PSA experts would not assign his cards the grades he requested. When PSA's graders reached independent professional opinions he did not like, Mr. Lichtman demanded different results, threatened litigation, and has now sued. PSA evaluated the submissions exactly as agreed, under the same published standards and process applied to every collector and every item. Pausing there for a second. Show us. Show us the process. What process? Use a dummy card. This is what you did for Steve's card. Show us a dummy card.
My Professor Elm came back and fucking...
This is what you do for Nick Andrews' card. Show us the process. We'll all feel more comfortable. A grade is an expert opinion. Back to being quoted here. I just want to be careful.
Expert opinion, my ass.
It is an opinion, for sure. Its value to the hobby rests on the fact that specific grades cannot be bought, pressured, or litigated into existence. That is an interesting sentence. It's they've used the word, you know, you can't litigate grades a couple times now. It's like, I get it. A grade obtained only by threatening a lawsuit would be worthless to the market and to millions of collectors who trust PSA to treat every submission the same, whether it comes from a first-time hobbyist or a seasoned collector submitting a rare and sought-after item. I gotta be really careful here. Question's a strong word. I'm gonna be careful there too. I will say this in the safest way possible. I would love to know how a collector that submits multiple $5 to $10 million cards a year gets treated, what type of communications they have, and what their process looks like, versus, I don't know, a high-end bulk submitter. CGC did. You got to show on what Darren's saying, but like, you know, of course, if you could just demand a grade and they give you a grade, that's not good for the market. If you challenge an autograph and they immediately accept, that's not good for the market. However, as a company, they should take new information into account, like new forgeries in the autograph world, new information about a particular autograph style, a video of a player signing it when they maybe once refused it. And they've gotten okay with that here. And I guess with card grades, it's like, when it reaches this level, it's like over $5 million, you need like a jury. Like you need, I don't even think it can be two graders. Like over a certain threshold, and you can pay for this. You can pay for this service. I mean, you pay enough, right? You know, you got your grader 1 and you've got your grader 2. And then they make their pitch in front of a committee of PSA graders. Maybe there's one hobbyist who's like under NDA, an old school guy like Mike Baker, somebody like that, and they just give their opinion, and then it's a vote. It's a vote between like a 9 and a 10. They're gonna have to evolve because like they're just gonna get more pissed off whales, and this process that I'm suggesting.
Unfortunately, I will talk about Egidion and my did I stream for 4 hours yet? No. But I'm kind of getting tired. So I will play some Power